Hello. Welcome back, Almighty Sports Pun. और हाँ, some breaking news that I was told that Dybala is in the starting lineup. पता नहीं, but yes, it's not just Finalissima, but we will also be watching. Hopefully, Ukraine और Scotland का game जो है Scotland में भाई जो भी देख रहा है पहले बता दीजिए how can I watch the Scotland Ukraine game क्योंकि यार as per मैंने गूगल किया था और मुझे दिखा था यार सोनी 10-2 में आने वाला है वो सोनी 10-1 पे आने वाला है Finalissima लेकिन अभी मैं सोनी 10-2 लगा रहा हूँ तो कुछ और ही आ रहा है लॉरेंट गैरोस इज काइंड ऑफ कंटिन्यूइंग देयर बट होपफुली विल फाइंड अ लिंक इन फ्यू मिनट्स नॉट टू वरी अबाउट दैट आई डू हैव सोनी लिव देखते हैं उस पर आता है कि नहीं लेकिन हाँ थैंक यू देखो मैं आ गया Batata United join for a great watch along share subscribe and smash the likes come on yes absolutely यार मैंने ट्वीट किया है और भाई एक भी जन ने रिट्वीट नहीं किया है यार जो भी है ट्विटर पे जाकर रीट्वीट कर दीजिए मैंने ट्वीट किया कुछ ही मिनट्स पहले होपफुली यू गाइस कैन जस्ट रीट्वीट दैट एंड शेयर और लाइक ऑन सोशल मीडिया मैंने इंस्टाग्राम पर भी पोस्ट किया है लेकिन हाँ वील हैव मोर पीपल होपफुली यू गेट इन द लाइक्स और वील एंजॉय बिकॉज यस वी आर जॉइंड बाय फतेह क्या मैसेज किया है फतेह ने किया है चलो ही जॉइनिंग इन 2 मिनट्स सो लेट्स वेट फॉर फतेह मीनवाइल हम लाइनअप देख लेंगे कम ऑन अर्जेंटीना एंड यूक्रेन यस व्हाट अ स्टूपिड हेडर मैं उसकी बात कर रहा था सात्विक एब्सोल्युटली देखो मैं आ गया यस एब्सोल्युटली अदवे इन द हाउस ऑलवेज गुड टू हैव अदवे as is Fateh so let get in touch with Fateh what's up क्या हाल है
What is up, Ankit? I think you've had a haircut. I've had a haircut.
shows that season खत्म हो गया अभी relax put your head down की जगह काट दो बाल को बाहर कम हो जाए
I didn't know आज match है. Like you told me, what is? You must tell me the history of this tournament, man. When did it take
मैंने एक
place?
प्रॉपर प्रीव्यू शो भी किया था तो बेसिकली क्या है ना obviously कॉन्फेडरेशंस कप होता था पहले राइट दिस इज
Yeah,
समथिंग दैट मे बी वापस ही भी आए लेकिन आई बिलीव लास्ट ईयर ये प्लान हुआ था कि इनफैक्ट हाँ टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ लास्ट ईयर इट वाज प्लान्ड that the Euro champs will obviously play against your Italian sorry the
South
Copa
American.
America champs right तो
Yeah,
exactly तो वहां पर I am guessing कि यार it started off with the COVID scene that इतने सारे
okay.
countries नहीं है और लेकिन वही 6 महीनों में काफी चीजें चेंज हो गई राइट
Yeah.
यहाँ पर वी हैव द पोजिशनल प्ले पॉडकास्ट आई एम नॉट श्योर ये विनायक खुद है विनायक अगर खुद है तो यार बोलिए अगर फ्री है तो इट बी ग्रेट इफ यू कैन कम ऑन डू डीएम मी ब्रो बट हाँ माय फेवरेट अर्जेंटीनियन प्लेयर पहले फतेह से
Crespo.
पूछते हैं क्रेस्पो
He's played.
ग्रेट
He's played
चॉइस
for both Chelsea and Inter. I used to love him as a forward.
well, for me it has to be Maradona. I have not watched him live, लेकिन
Yeah.
I've watched like maybe आप बोल सकते हो the '94 World Cup was my first World Cup. I remember that there used to be clips of Maradona played on TV a lot of times
Yeah.
during that World Cup. So मतलब for me Maradona has to be the guy and Messi obviously we need to celebrate. But a lot of Argentina, Batistuta
That
was
is
one
true.
of them that I've not really watched much of live. लेकिन वही है इतने सारे kind of आते थे. लेकिन I'll just continue with that. Again, people get in the like, get in your questions. हम लेंगे questions online अभी दिखाने वाले 2 मिनट में. लेकिन वही है आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट सेलिब्रेटिंग इटली मोर आई फील दिस टाइम क्योंकि यार इटली है नहीं वर्ल्ड कप में राइट और अभी बीइंग अ इटालियन फैन योरसेल्फ आई कैन से दैट इन अ स्ट्रेंज वे यार आई फील दैट इटली को लाइमलाइट दे रहा है ये चीज आई थिंक बाय द टाइम दे ऑर्गेनाइज दिस और मे बी इट वाज डाउन द लाइन आई थिंक इटली वर ऑलमोस्ट नॉट देयर ऑलरेडी तो that was one of the reasons I personally feel कि यार that's why they rather than going through an entire Confederations Cup there is some kind of under table business I don't know I might be wrong लेकिन मेरा gut feel ये है और plus it's been a long season it is a World Cup
Plus,
जहाँ पर
you know that if it's Italy under the table, like you said, like it has to be.
probably Italy के साथ I kind of associate unfortunately that's a fact लेकिन at the same time ना I think November December में World Cup so I think that is a change and they are like okay let the players get a break and obviously celebrate it but I think it has been played before so 2 बार ऐसे हुआ है कि यार you had a CONMEBOL champs playing against UEFA champs और ये एक था 85 में I believe was it
So Italy had won the 82
फ्रांस
World Cup.
नहीं हाँ तो नहीं 1985 में आई डोंट बट लेकिन रिसेंटली इट वाज अर्जेंटीना beat Denmark
Oh,
on penalties and the first
okay,
one
no,
yes it
no.
was
Wait,
France
wait,
who
wait.
beat
So
Uruguay
85, Euro 84 was won by France, I think. Was it
हाँ तो
that
फ्रांस
many?
हाँ तो फ्रांस beat Uruguay and France was the champs and 93 में 8 साल बाद में हुआ था वहां पर डेनमार्क वर्सेस अर्जेंटीना went to penalties
Argentina.
और अर्जेंटीना won
Okay. And I
That's
think
how it
that
is.
was the last Copa America that Argentina won, the 91, 92, 90, 93
हाँ
one.
हाँ
And
ट्वेंटी
then
एट
they
ईयर्स
won
हो
it
गए
now.
थे करेक्ट 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 हाँ तो वो भी एक रीजन हो सकता है कि यार द फैक्ट कि अर्जेंटीना लास्ट टाइम जीती थी 28 ईयर्स पहले और दे माइट हैव हैड टॉस यार चलो लेट्स डू इट और प्लस मैराडोना इज अ ह्यूज रीजन इफ आई एम नॉट
Yeah.
रॉन्ग मैराडोना वाज देयर आई थिंक इन द लास्ट कोपा करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग
So you were telling me this game is taking place in England.
इट्स इन वेम्बली यस और वो थोड़ा
Wow.
कंट्रोवर्शियल है भाई ऑब्वियसली पैसों की बात आ जाती है यूएफा फीफा डायरेक्टली यू नो एसोसिएटेड मनी वी नो दैट तो मेरे ख्याल से दैट इज द बॉटम लाइन लेकिन आई थिंक दे आर मेकिंग अ ग्रैंडर ओकेजन बिकॉज एज अ टूर्नामेंट आई डोंट थिंक कॉन्फेडरेशंस कप गॉट द काइंड ऑफ ओकेजन दैट
I don't know whether you're seeing this. I think our legend Zanetti, and I think that's Tardelli. So Tardelli has also
ओके
coached Zanetti. You know, he was the coach of Inter Milan for 1 year. So I think that's those two. I don't know. I mean, with the beard, but it looks like him. So a lot of Inter Milan connections today. You know, because Argentina, we've always had Argentinians.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल और यहाँ पर यार मैं देख रहा हूँ लाइक्स कम है तो होपफुली लाइक ज्यादा हो जाए ताकि और लोगों को यूट्यूब ही नोटिफाई कर ले एंड विल हैव मोर पीपल यस बाय द वे चैनल नेम भाई सोनी 10-1 पे आ रहा है फिनलिसिमा तो सोनी 10-1 यार स्कॉटलैंड वाला गेम बता दीजिए कहाँ पर आ रहा है द वे पीके ये यार पीके चीटिंग ऑन शकीरा इज लाइक आई डोंट नो इट्स फेक न्यूज और रियल न्यूज लेकिन काफी ट्वीट्स आए लेट्स सी yeah, 2010 why not then Finalissima involving all continent champions, including AFCON and Asian champs as well. वही है मतलब Confederations Cup, you know, is something that they should be doing. लेकिन I don't think they had a arrangement in the COVID zone to actually do a Confederations Cup, you know, compared to other tournaments. Or you can say that एक मैच ज्यादा occasion kind of, you know, ले लेता है in terms of, you know, the viewing. I think they are just kind of experimenting. The fact that 28 साल बाद में अर्जेंटीना भी जीती थी कोपा अमेरिका, so I think it's kind of related last time भी हुआ था so I'm guessing there's a lot of reasons to it okay Ukraine should win this please win this for your citizens who are suffering from war yes Fateh so what about this one yeah Scotland Ukraine also playing right in the World Cup qualification semi-final playoff so
They are playing, yeah, and the winner goes directly to the World Cup.
नहीं नहीं तो winner plays Wales on Sunday Wales had
Wales on
already
Sunday.
reached I
Okay,
think Wales किसको बीट की थी यार ऑस्ट्रेलिया को बीट की थी correct me if
I
I'm
think
wrong
so.
chat
Yeah,
देखना
yeah,
that's what I
yeah.
remember लेकिन let me try and share the lineup तो वहां पर क्या लगता है कि Ukraine are playing after a lot of days by the way obviously
After a lot of days, I think they were playing a lot of friendlies with clubs. They were playing in Italy also
हाँ
some days back. But I don't think it's the same thing. I think Scotland could probably win it. Even if Ukraine wins it today, you know, maybe the passion. I mean, we saw who broke down into tears during the press conference.
Zinchenko हाँ मतलब in
Zinchenko,
fact
yeah.
not
So
once
I
lot
think
of time Mikalenko had broken down in tears when Everton had kind of told about this and then towards the end of the season and then Zinchenko you know just in the preview match preview absolutely
yeah. So
uh,
I mean, if the passion does it, then you know.
yeah. Okay. Matata United. How much? How would the match being played in Wembley bring more financial benefit? So, again, I might be wrong, but for sure, first of all, you know, being in Wembley, you kind of attract much more local sponsors and whatnot. Plus, the fact that the capacity of Wembley is more. Plus, I think there is a certain chunk, and I'm pretty sure a big chunk which goes to the federations as well. I'm 100% sure on that, right? So obviously, वहाँ पर ज़्यादा पैसे मिलेंगे यार. Simple सी maths है. But I think it's more about just being in Wembley makes it a larger kind of a, you know as a spectacle. Put it that way. So obviously that will garner much more viewing. That will garner much more sponsors maybe in the near future for this tournament as well. I don't know.
But
Yes, absolutely. इटली अर्जेंटीना तो दिख रहा है मुझे दूसरा वाला बता दीजिए यार कोई किसी को दिख रहा है क्या यूक्रेन वाला हाँ यस फतेह प्लीज
yeah, so I remember the first Confederations Cup. I think it was 2001 before Japan Korea 2002. And you know there was a lot of criticism about the Confederations Cup that we have to play you know so many matches, the players need resting, the next summer as it is there's a World Cup. And I remember a lot of squads were not, you know, a lot of the big teams did not bring their best teams. Like that's what I remember. But you know, by the time the 2005 Confederations Cup or the 2009 Confederations Cup came up, it became a very important FIFA tournament. I mean, you know, it was taken seriously. I don't know
oh
whether
yeah
you
I
remember
remember Thiago Silva took it really seriously yeah in Brazil
very seriously. And USA versus Brazil was that great match. I mean, America played very well. I think 2009. and they nearly beat the Brazilians. They were 2-0 up, and then I think Brazil came back. So it's really weird that the Confederations Cup has
चलो
gone
सोनी
because
लिव पिन लगा देते हैं. चलो तो यहाँ पर यार फतेह मैं आपसे पूछना चाह रहा था क्योंकि इटली बीइंग देयर यू बीइंग एन इटालियन फुटबॉल फैन तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक ऑफ बेलोटी स्टार्टिंग यार मतलब आई वाज रियली थिंकिंग कि आज तो भाई हो ही जाए यार स्कमाका को काइंड ऑफ दे गिव अ चांस रास्पाडोरी स्टार्ट्स लेकिन आर यू सरप्राइज्ड दैट दे आर कंटिन्यूइंग विद एन एक्सपीरियंस स्ट्राइकर सो कॉल्ड बेलोटी.
no, I'm not really very surprised. I think Skamaka might come on later on. Is he on the bench?
Yeah, he's on the bench. I'll
Yeah,
just show
so
the
he
bench
will
as
come
well.
on. This game in Italy is just being talked about as Cellini's sort of final match. It's like that's the
Typical.
importance of this game. Other than that, I don't think there's too much importance. Obviously, we'd like to see Italy win because there's no World Cup. So this is it. This is where it'll stop. But yeah, I mean, Belotti, I think he has experience. He's not coming off a great season, but again, he's likely to be on the market. He's likely to move as a free agent. So maybe if he gets a goal or something, maybe he gets a better contract. So Mancini's probably just keeping him happy.
एब्सोल्युटली एंड ऑफ कोर्स यहाँ पर एक गड़बड़ कर दी थी आई थिंक यूएफए ने आई थिंक
Yeah.
डिबाला को डाल दिया था स्टार्टिंग लाइनअप में प्रोबेबली मेसी की जगह आई डोंट रिमेंबर हु लेकिन हाँ आई थिंक अर्जेंटीना लाइनअप इट वाज मोर और लेस व्हाट वी प्रेडिक्टेड आई थिंक अक्यूना वाज इंजर्ड maybe in the pre-match warm-up a few hours earlier from reports. So Tagliafico kind of starts. Molina on the right-hand side, interesting. I would have gone for Foyt, but again, that's what Argentina kind of is okay with. So pretty much sure यहाँ पर it'll be a close game. Guido Rodriguez will be interesting against maybe that particular Italian midfield as well. Barella, key for you as in what is the best way to open up this Argentina squad which is unbeaten for 31 games?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I don't think it's Barella. I think it's Raspadori who can open them up. Obviously, yes, Barella does attack, and like you put him as the LCM. I think he plays on the other end, but all his goals come from when he's playing on the left. So he's now starting on
Right.
the left apparently today. So
Hmm.
that's where he scores those goals. Just takes in on his right foot. So yeah, I think let's look at Raspadori. I mean, a young player who could be on the move this summer. A lot of big clubs, Juve are interested. Inter was said to be interested, not now. Uh,
Hmm.
Dybala to be the understudy to Bale. Oh my, no, I don't want to lose him to Real Madrid. I want it Dybala at Inter. No, 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 no way. So yeah, I think for Italy it has to be Raspadori. I mean, let's see if he's got it at the very biggest stage.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल और भाई यार अद्वै आप बता दीजिए यार चैट में और यस पीपल ऑफ जॉइन लेट लेट्स लाइक द स्ट्रीम एंड सोनी 10-1 पे आ रहा है फिनालिसिमा लेकिन यार स्कॉटलैंड यूक्रेन मैं ढूंढूंगे परेशान हो गया सोनी लिव पर क्या देना चाहिए मुझे सर्च आई डोंट नो इफ सोनी 10-2 में आ रहा है लेट्स एक्चुअली वॉच ऑन टीवी एज वेल इवन फतेह इफ यू आर एबल टू फाइंड आउट यार मतलब ये स्कॉटलैंड यूक्रेन किस पर आ रहा है नहीं तो मैं लिंक तो ढूंढ लूंगा वो तो टेंशन नहीं है लेकिन वही है वी रादर गो विद द लीगल प्रोसेस ऑलवेज या तो
Yes. Let me just
अद्वै
see.
आपको पता है तो यार मैं सोनी लिव पर क्या क्या सर्च दूं इन माय ऐप प्लीज लेट मी नो अगर मुझे स्कॉटलैंड यूक्रेन देखना है तो स्कॉट यूक्रेन सोनी लिव पर अरे आ रहा है पता है भाई मुझे दिख नहीं रहा अगर इफ यू कैन जस्ट हेल्प मी विद व्हाट सर्च शुड आई गिव because I am unable to find on that app right now. Let me see. Let me put Scotland versus Ukraine itself. I don't think वो
Just
है
put
लेकिन
FIFA. Just type FIFA World Cup. I think it'll be under the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. I don't think.
अच्छा ओपन सोनी लिव टू गो टू बोथ मैचेस गॉट इट चलो सोनी लिव ओपन करते हैं जल्दी से और यस पीपल गेट इन योर स्कोर प्रेडिक्शंस फिनालिसिमा इज किकिंग ऑफ यार टेक्निकली 12:30 क्या किक ऑफ यार ये इतना मतलब व्हाट डू यू थिंक ऑफ द सेलिब्रेशंस एंड स्टफ आई नो दैट lot of as in big personalities are against this they have given statements जो होता है ना यार it is an occasion और उसके पहले like we saw in the Champions League Champions League was a different thing final वहां पर तो और ही अलग ही चीज हुई थी
You know,
लेकिन
my
given the
my
celebrations
take my take, man, is that this is okay for American sports, but football has never been about the pre-game ceremony, or nobody's really interested in having that singer and paraded out. I mean, we just want to watch the football, and I think there's a
Hmm.
tradition to this sport. Like America didn't really have that tradition where the capitalism and the market just came in, and it was all about like the Super Bowl is. I don't even know whether it's about the sport as much as it's about the adverts, or the halftime show. But it's never been like that in football. Like you can try as much as you want. The fans, I think we are, there's so much history to the sport of football that I don't think you can just sort of bring this singer or the celebration in and expect us to sort of appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. By the way, quickly, Scotland Ukraine का lineup है screen पर for people interested in the World Cup qualification, because it's actually, if you really ask me, honestly speaking, this is having much more value of a game than Finalissima. I'm just being honest here. Okay,
Yeah,
nothing against any team and any kind of individual here. Before you guys judge me, it's certainly far more important. That's why मतलब मुझे बनता ही था ये include करना at least. We'll try and follow both games and hopefully यार आप लोग को पता लगे क्या हो रहा है दोनों गेम में, तो try and help us in the chat as well. लेकिन हाँ, for me, Malinowski for Ukraine is one of the key guys. He has had problems in terms of the management versus him. Lekin, the good part is such an important game Malinowski had to play. Like he
yeah.
has been key, right? Malinowski, one of the key players for Atalanta.
One of the key players for Atalanta after Papu Gomez left. I think he's had a decent season against Inter. He was so good the first game. It was a bit up and down, but he's still so very young, so very raw, and I think he could be the difference maker. When I'm looking at this lineup, I think the Ukrainians will go through.
Okay, so you're calling the Ukrainians to go through. People, get in your predictions as well. Score predictions for both. Finalissima क्या होने वाला है? Italy, Argentina, and of course Scotland versus Ukraine, which is in Scotland. That's the interesting bit. लेकिन हाँ, again मतलब is controversial भाई, मतलब in terms of how they are scheduled home versus away. लेकिन अगर draw है तो draw है. Yarmolenko, हम सब जानते हैं in West Ham, he's not been doing great. He's had a tough time, obviously, because of what has been going on in Ukraine as well. लेकिन for Ukraine, he is captain material proper. So him, Malinowski, Zinchenko, that midfield looks strong. Yaramchuk also is a very promising player. Mikolenko had a decent end to the season, you can say, Everton के साथ. तो 5 players already मैं highlight करती हूँ. लेकिन Scotland के लिए, obviously my man Billy Gilmore, McGregor is good, McGinn is great. In fact, Shea Adams is key. McTominay playing centre half works better there. Cooper, very important, we have seen in the season, just escaped, and Robertson their left back. तो आई एम गोइंग यहाँ पर स्कॉटलैंड विनिंग, फतेह जा रहे हैं यूक्रेन विनिंग,
Ukraine.
ऑल्दो आई वांट यूक्रेन टू विन, लेकिन हाँ जस्ट प्रेडिक्टिंग स्कॉटलैंड. लेकिन फिनालिसिमा इज किक्ड ऑफ, सो वी आर हैविंग obviously okay, so Argentina are playing in the traditional I think kit definitely, and yes,
Albi
Italy.
Celeste, I think they're called.
Yes, and looks like beginning May Italy are kind of pressing. So let's see, they are able to continue that. Like in Argentina keeping possession here. Nice start by Argentina, I would say. Yarmolenko is playing, he's playing definitely right wing per hair. Sad that two good matches being played at the same time. Exactly, bhai. मतलब sometimes I don't understand, man. It's about like football in general also, ना मतलब आप लोगों को पता नहीं इन कोविड के समय जो scheduling हुई थी, I love that scheduling, man.
I
I
love
am,
that. Yeah.
I'm jobless. I am jobless. I love watching football, man. मैं तो यार, I don't have any
No,
concept of
you're,
saying
you're
that.
not you're not jobless. Your job is football, man. Like
My
that's
life is
wrong.
football, exactly.
Yeah,
Any
your
sport for
job.
that matter, mainly football, cricket, so definitely, bhai, bring it on. Yeah, bring it on, like Wolves, says as well. More like a tribute, exactly, man. Diego Maradona is like, I think, yeah, that was the point because of the fact that last time they won the Copa. So for me, that was maybe proposed by Argentina. Or boy, what an attempt from far, as in a long shot. Di Maria tried that.
And he
Brilliant.
probably knows that playing with Donnarumma, for PSG, so he's trying that cheeky little long shot, seeing him so far off the line. But
अरे
Ankit, there
एक
is so
सेकंड,
much
सॉरी
history
यार,
in this
एक
game.
सेकंड.
Yeah, yeah.
यार मटाटा यूनाइटेड एंड एवरीवन, weren't you guys able to watch the screen? फतेह, आप देख पा रहे थे ना मैं जो लाइनअप दिखाया था यार?
I was
5
only
मिनट
yeah,
तक.
I was only looking, I was only concentrating on Ukraine.
नो वंडर भाई, मैंने स्क्रीन पर 5 मिनट तक रखा था पूरा लाइनअप.
Yeah.
जस्ट सो यू नो. लेकिन हाँ, डेफिनेटली मैकटोमिने इज प्लेइंग एज अ राइट सेंटर हाफ, जस्ट सो यू नो. डिएगो कोस्टा और एटीके मोहन बगान, क्या सीन है यार? अभी तक तो मेरे ख्याल से उड़ती उड़ती खबर ही आ रही है. आई डोंट थिंक एनीथिंग हैज बीन कंफर्म्ड फ्रॉम व्हाट आई नो. सो अगेन, हाँ फतेह, सॉरी आई कट यू, बोलिए.
Yeah, so like everybody's talking about Maradona, I don't think Italy and Argentina have played at the World Cup since 1990. The game that was
Oh,
played in Naples, the semi-final
okay.
of the World Cup, Italy hosting Italia 1990, and that was where Maradona sort of gave that speech to the crowd of Naples, because that semi-final was taking place in Naples, and he said, "Look, 364 days of the year you support me. There is no reason to not support me the 365th day. So." Be on my side. And I remember seeing Paolo Maldini from your AC Milan say that, if we had played that game at any other city, we would have won it. but we played in Maradona City, and Argentina beat Italy in the semi-finals, and then obviously
Okay.
the final, Germany won. So, but since then, I think Argentina and Italy have never played in the World Cup. They've never had a
Interesting.
game
Interesting.
against each
Interesting.
other.
So, Fateh, have you been able to find Scotland Ukraine match?
No, not on. It's not on TV.
Not on TV, right? Okay, okay. Let me actually, because मैं अभी तो on नहीं किया हूँ, just so you know. So people, I'm just trying to find out there because for some reason, my app is kind of crashed. So let me actually watch that as well. So I think I found it. I think I found it just about. Um, let's see. Diego Costa has no contract and he's coming to India. But how will he speak to Indian players? Very worrisome. Don't exactly. Our English players may he had a huge problem. No problem. Exactly. Yeah. Again, like let's hopefully share the stream on other media so that we are having more people in, so that we are having more discussion. Like, and yeah, people watching. Abhi tak, what do you think? Like in terms of the formation again, I think again now Italy keeping position. Uh, it's definitely a four four 4-2-3-1 for Argentina. Would it be fair to say that?
I think it's fair to say that because I think Di Maria and or Di Maria and Messi slightly behind Lautaro.
Mm-hmm.
But
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
Ankit, what is the format? Like if this ends 0-0, because these both these countries
It
are
goes
known
directly to
for
penalties. It goes directly to penalties. तो कोई एक्स्ट्रा
directly
टाइम नहीं है. लेकिन हाँ
going.
दूसरे वाले मैच में obviously because it's a World Cup qualifier semi-final playoff, it definitely goes to extra time, which is Scotland Ukraine. तो मैं वो भी लगा दिया हूँ दूसरे जगह. वहाँ पर I found a link by the way people, but it's not in English. Not that I'm hearing anyway, so it doesn't matter. हाँ लेकिन somehow I'm trying to watch in my mobile phone, so hopefully I'll be able to figure out because otherwise there is no extra time in Finalissima. There is absolutely no extra time. But why does Argentina Italy feel like a normal friendly match? I think lot of Argentine have gone to Serie A. I think maybe that's why.
That's
Fair
why,
enough.
yeah. And there are historical links also, Ankit, because Argentina has been settled by a lot of Italian immigrants. So,
Hmm.
so there is that thing. The language is very similar.
भाई साहब गंदा टैकल यार इनिशियली स्कॉटलैंड आर ऑलरेडी प्लेइंग रफ Scotland are already playing rough. I'm telling you, like Scotland, it's in Scotland. The Scottish crowd will be behind them big time.
Is
But
that
yeah, Messi
Hampton Park?
taking a free kick.
Yeah, is that game at Hampton Park?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay. I hate this format, like World Cup qualifiers, these games, they
It's
should
not
be women.
fair.
It's not fair. It's
Exactly.
just not fair.
लेकिन वही है ना मतलब it's such a busy season and you have a draw and something that has worked well for some countries worked bad for some countries it balances out
Yeah.
eventually is that say but अरे भाई साहब what a shot man maybe they're showing the replay I missed it earlier लेकिन हाँ I think Ukraine almost got one nice try by the way I think it's a corner Gordon is the goalkeeper for Scotland I am confused to be honest which match to watch यार मैं तो दोनों ही देख रहा हूँ literally like for people out there who don't know, I have like I don't know if you can see. I have my mobile phone just in the screen. On one hand,
Oh,
I'm holding my mobile
I
literally.
can I can also do that and like put the
Yeah,
Scotland
yeah.
versus Ukraine game on Sony Live.
Because that's literally यार like वहां पर तो लड़ाई हो जाएगी मैं तो बोलता हूँ आज फिनलिस्मा में इतना फाइट नहीं नजर आएगा despite Italy not being there compared to the other one right have actually studied under a Scottish mathematics teacher heard he did a lot of rough work. Well tried Alvay, well tried. That's all I can say. आपकी attempt की definitely प्रशंसा करनी पड़ती है भाई अदवे मतलब well tried man. I exactly got what you're trying to say as in the rough work. मतलब पता नहीं यार फतेह आपको याद है मतलब स्कूल में आप भी बनाते थे एक रफ कॉलम.
Absolutely बनाना पड़ता था वो for rough work and yeah, I was bad at maths. I don't know how I got 97 in 10th, but I was always bad at maths.
तो
11th, 12th
धीरे
was
से
good.
in a subtle manner फतेह is like I'm going to say I'm bad but I'm modest but you know what I actually got 97.
I did, and I worked very hard, like the whole year for maths because I was like, I have never scored more than 90, like 6th, 7th, 8th,
अरे
9th.
अरे काउंटर काउंटर हाँ
But yeah,
नहीं नहीं
I
मेरा
mean,
भी मतलब आप सब लोग यार मतलब वाइल द मैच इज गोइंग ऑन सब लोग आपके अगर आपका बोर्ड एग्जाम हो गया तो आपका बोर्ड एग्जाम का मैथ्स का स्कोर बता दीजिए नो नो qualms अबाउट सेइंग इट फतेह बीट मी बाय द वे आई गॉट 96 जस्ट सो यू नो
oh,
मेरा लेकिन आईसीएसई था आपका कौन सा था सीबीएसई
CBSE, yeah. So you
हाँ
get
चलो चलो
extra points for that.
I get extra points. कोई नहीं but yeah it was like back in the day यार मतलब not that I cannot get now but again so यार
Some very
Italy
tasty
side
the Argentina game, Ankit. Like these two teams are known for rough defensive play, and the free
हम्म,
kick that Jorginho gave, he was almost pushing the Argentinian player. And now also, the Argentinians also not like they're not treating it like a friendly, like they're going in.
ये देखो अद्वै I don't want to believe that definitely नहीं नहीं अच्छा है चलो यार अद्वैत तो सुन रहे हैं एटलीस्ट लेकिन हाँ लाइक what do you think about this guy man Julian Alvarez I know Man City fans so are इतने excited to watch him play tonight
Yeah,
he may come on him and
he may
Dybala
come
might
on.
be the
He's
subs
he's he's so highly rated, like the next big thing. But I haven't seen him. Like I haven't seen him. So I mean, let's see. I hope the second half, all these players that we want to see, Julian Alvarez, Dybala, Skamaka, they come on.
no problem no problem so basically यार मैं
Yeah.
देख रहा हूँ
Also, do you
अच्छा
think
तो
Otamendi should be starting in the World Cup? Do you think Argentina?
I or I think they have to go with him, man. They have to go with him. I don't think they have like Asani. They have some great centre backs. I think Romero Otamendi is not bad.
Otamendi is
Right?
not bad.
That's what
Yeah,
I feel. I don't know. Who Lisandro Martinez is Argentine, right? Is he?
yeah.
Yeah,
Also, I think
he's not a.
there is what's the Fiorentina defender. He's very highly rated. Martinez Orta.
Oh, he we saw him ना फाइनवुड का वही तो बोल रहे हो ना उस दिन हम लोग कर रहे थे ना वॉच
No, no, not
सेनेसी
final. He plays for Fiorentina.
अच्छा लेकिन एक और था सेनेसी भी तो है
Ah, yes, 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 yes. But
वो
I
भी
don't think.
आधे डे भी वो नहीं
Yeah. So that's what I'm wondering because Otamendi is how old now?
अभी तो हो गया होगा यार आई थिंक probably be his
Like
last
very
World Cup I can safely say he's
last
not too
World Cup.
old though but he must be but no 34 है मतलब he's not too old for a centre back as in मतलब we have seen Argentine centre backs really playing here till the end मतलब I still remember कौन था भाई वो Ayala Roberto Ayala
Oh my, Roberto Ayala. What a player.
मतलब उसको फीफा में कितने सीजन्स तक मैंने लिया यार Ayala को
Absolutely. I think very underrated defender, somebody that a lot of people forget. But and he played for AC Milan as well, Ankit. So, in the
Ayala
90s. Yeah.
Ayala was he the guy who was sent off in 2006 World Cup? कुछ तो हुआ
Against
था in that
Germany.
extra time. I remember there's some drama happening between Germany Argentina वाले match में. That was his probably last World Cup if I'm
That was
not
his
correct.
last World Cup, yeah.
Yeah. If they go with automatically, I'll be shocked the defense did struggle. Yeah, I won't be shocked. Like I have to say, they have been unbeaten for 31 games. Or the structure, Scaloni क्या है ना मतलब tactically he's not brilliant, but he's kept that structure. ठीक है और is given Messi that free role and for me Otamendi brings that leadership that they need to keep the structure going तो मैं बोलूंगा वर्ल्ड कप में रहेगा मतलब that's my call I know on form you'd rather pick a Lisandro Martinez or a Senesi or I think the guy that Fateh told
Horta,
about
yeah, Martinez Horta, yeah.
yeah, about Fiorentina guy. Oh, Fahim in the house. CFC Fahim, as in he lives in Scotland as well. So he would be supporting Scotland. By the way, Fahim, I have definitely, predicted that Scotland is going to win. Not that I don't want Ukraine. Probably, I think everyone's popular choice is Ukraine today because of what happened in Ukraine. So I think Scotland are getting the raw deal unnecessarily. अरे भाई, nice shot by Italy. कौन था भाई ये पेसिना था
Raspadori.
क्या? Raspadori with a nice shot.
Yeah,
Jorginho
I
with
mean,
a
this
pass,
is,
huh?
he's the big hope because, Italy has always had this little guy. Like you remember Gianfranco Zola, that little guy who's very tricky. We had Antonio Cassano, Del
Yeah, man.
Piero,
So
so
Del
that's
Piero
what this
Casano,
is.
man. Those are the days, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean
Absolutely.
those little guys who are
Fair
very
enough.
tricky to get to. Di Natale, I mean another underrated gem.
Yeah.
You know,
I think Di Natale is probably one of the most unluckiest in terms of the
and
generation जो born होते हैं ना उस समय
yeah,
आपका you had Del Piero I think still doing well or
yeah,
of
yeah.
course you had
Totti,
Totti Casano मतलब इतने सारे
Cassano,
options थे even I think by the
Luca
time
Toni.
Luca Toni भी I think had come burst onto the scene
Yeah, yeah,
तो
yeah, yeah.
और he was obviously the tall striker, तो he was backed. I think 2006 में लुका टोनी थे ना वर्ल्ड कप में
Luka
मेन
Toni
स्ट्राइकर.
was there. 2006 was a very interesting World Cup because Italy had many different scorers. Pippo Inzaghi was there, Iaquinta, Luca Toni, Totti, and Del Piero.
विंसेंजो इक्विंटा, ओ भाई साहब
Oh,
मुझे याद है यार,
Iaquinta,
वो
yeah,
आता
yeah,
था
yeah.
सुपर सब, द सुपर सब
Super
ही
sub.
वाज कॉल्ड
Yeah.
एग्जैक्टली मैन. Tagliafico is better defensively than Acuna, but Acuna is a better cross into the box. Or not just that, Acuna, I feel that Sevilla के साथ, I think he has really grown as a player. मतलब I really feel that Tagliafico has, in a strange way, Ajax की टीम बहुत ही अच्छी रही है. Tagliafico individually has not gone forward much. मतलब मुझे ये फील
You
होता
think
है.
he should leave? He should leave Ajax and go to a tougher league.
I really believe so, क्योंकि यार उसका ना
Yeah.
एज अ प्लेयर इंप्रूवमेंट ज्यादा हो नहीं रहा मुझे दिख रहा है, तो ही इज काइंड ऑफ गोइंग बैक ऑलमोस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट रीजन. और ताgliafico आई थिंक इज प्रॉब्ली वन ऑफ द मोस्ट रूमर्ड प्लेयर्स इन द लास्ट 24 months, लेकिन वो
Hmm.
जाता ही नहीं है फॉर वट एवर
जाता ही
रीजन.
नहीं है. I remember Inter were linked with him too, but
यार this Matata United is asking, should Ukraine really be playing this match? मतलब Matata United is probably saying that they should have got a bye or they should have got a, as in, walk over the other way around. What do you mean? Like, I'm not sure.
see, I personally believe even Russia should have been allowed to play. I mean, mixing sports and politics. When it suits you, you mix it. When it doesn't suit you, you don't mix it. I
तो
mean
मतलब
that
प्लेयर्स
way.
की गलती क्या है मतलब
Yeah,
दैट इज
exactly. And
ऑल्सो
that I think
डिबेटेबल.
a Russian player said that too. Like, how do we influence politics? Like, we can't. So I mean, this is really I think Ukraine should play, but also, refs. No, I don't think so. I don't think refs will be biased.
Again, being as in living in Scotland, Fahim, I know that what you feel like. The entire world, Fahim, let's get it right. I don't think entire world is against Scotland, but certainly एक soft corner रहेगा यूक्रेन के लिए. Let's hope that the referee doesn't do that. अभी तक तो यार भाई Scotland have been really एक rough game खेल रही है from what I can see. और Ukraine have been the better team. That's my kind of analysis अभी तक. मतलब they've had 2-3 really good attacks. Put it that way. अभी भी यार जस्ट यारमोलेंको ऑलमोस्ट एक बॉल गिरी यारमोलेंको को, और गोलकीपर बाय गॉर्डन ही ऑलमोस्ट पिल इट एंड ही जस्ट took it away from the line almost. लेकिन yes, but with what's going on with their country, अच्छा but again यार वो players क्या ही तो करेंगे country में. Let's be honest about it, like as Fateh ने बोला, I don't think the two should be mixed really. That's really my
Yeah, I
opinion,
mean,
like.
and most of these players are not even playing in Ukraine. Like Zinchenko is in England, Yarmolenko is away. We've talked about everybody. I don't think anybody in Ukraine, maybe a few, and they've got two very good clubs. I mean, Dynamo Kiev, historically such a big club, Lobanovsky and Shevchenko, Rebrov. I mean, fantastic team, and now Shakhtar Donetsk. So I mean, uh, European football misses those two clubs.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही बोला आपने. डोंट फॉरगेट माटाराजी, रिमेंबर हिम ही. अरे भाई या माटाराजी तो यार उसका तो करियर क्या ही तो बोले, उस सीन के बाद, जिडान वाले सीन के बाद क्या ही तो मतलब गया. बट लेकिन अगेन लॉट ऑफ पीपल फॉरगेट दैट यार माटाराजी वाज ह्यूज इन 2010 चैंपियंस लीग. ही वाज ह्यूज. मतलब
No,
जोसे
even
मोरिन्यो.
2006 World Cup, Ankit, he scored the goal for Italy. He got Zidane sent off. I don't blame Materazzi at all. You can call me biased. And then he scored a very good penalty. I mean, I thought he was the man of the match that game.
Yep, yep. Yeah, Fahim, if you're watching and if you're not doing a watch along, let me know, bro, if you want to come on. It'll be great to have you on. Fahim, by the way, people, Fahim B actually a content creator है, so do check him out. CFC Fahim and Nipun in the house. Nipun, big up, bro. As in, whom are you going for? I'm pretty sure you did tweet about Rangers being a Scottish club. Not a surprise being a Chelsea fan. Like, I know what exactly you mean, but again, let me know, Nipun, what is your prediction? Of course, for the Finalissima as well. Don't worry, I feel Scotland. No, I think Scotland are the better team. Let's be honest. In terms of form, in terms of basically a fitness, B Scotland are the better team on paper. Like, and again, I think maybe emotion gets the as in brings out the best out of Ukraine.
No,
AB in the
I
house.
disagree. Ankit.
Another content.
I feel like on papers Ukraine has the better names, but Scotland have home advantage. Like you know,
Yeah, that's a very big call. Like in talking about home advantage, Graham Souness, Scottish himself wants Ukraine to win. Matlab, there must be a lot of people there as well, because again, especially in Europe, people do understand what Ukraine have gone through, I believe, right? More than maybe even us. Man City have offered the Etihad training facility to Ukrainian national team. Okay, nice, nice. Very good. Please explain why you don't blame Materazzi.
Because I mean, just because somebody says something on the pitch doesn't mean that you have to resort to violence. I mean, that violence is never the answer. So, if he said something, this is something that is very common. I mean, I don't understand how the narrative changed. How people sort of just started supporting Zidane. Okay, good player, but you're not supposed to be doing what he did. I mean, you can't. Somebody could say anything, and also I think Zidane has a history of headbutting players. He's done that twice in the Champions League with Juventus. So I mean, there's absolutely no way I'm going against Materazzi. And he was immense in that World Cup. He was not supposed to be the starter. Nesta got injured midway through, I think, the World Cup. And then Materazzi just stepped in along with Cannavaro, and Italy's defense was top class.
Yep, that's a great call as well. Like, Scotland 2, Ukraine 1. Okay, finally we get a prediction. Let me see if Scotland scored, and that's why Nipun ne predict kiya. नहीं किया अभी तक score. 20 minutes in, it's Scotland 0, Ukraine nil. Hoping that doesn't go to extra time. I really don't want extra time. It's been a long season, भाई. अपने लिए भी. अरे almost. भाई साहब almost Italy ने score कर दिया. Bernardeschi, I think, got the cross in, right?
Bernardeschi, yeah, was he offside? No,
I
I don't think
mean,
he was
no,
offside.
he wasn't. Bonucci with a great ball, I believe, and Bernardeschi with a nice defending by Romero. I think Romero, यार मतलब where do you rate him? मतलब Tottenham के लिए I think he's a huge addition. Imagine Bastoni, huge links आ रहे हैं after Perisic left. By the way, हमने उसकी
Yeah.
बात नहीं की है. I know last time बात करते maybe Chelsea लेकिन गया है वहाँ पर. What about Bastoni also going there, man? Him, Romero.
See, I think one player could be sold. There is some requirement, but recently Bastoni sort of came up with statements that he doesn't really want to leave. So basically there are four names that are being linked with a move out. Like one of them could go: Barella, Bastoni, Lautaro Martinez, or Skriniar has just come out and said, no, I'm not leaving. It looks like Bastoni might come out and say the same. So if that happens, I think it's probably going to be Lautaro Martinez. But yeah,
अच्छा,
if Bastoni does go.
यहाँ पर एक हैंडबॉल हुआ है. मतलब आई फॉर हेवन सेक आई डोंट नो यार हैंडबॉल का रूल क्या आज के दिन में. मतलब इतने सारे चेंजेस हो गए ना रूल में. मतलब भाई साहब वो बेसिकली द बॉल इज हिट हिज हैंड हार्डली 1 मीटर. बट आई एम प्रीटी श्योर वो अगर डी के अंदर होता ना पेनल्टी नहीं देते. वो भी
Penalty.
मैं श्योर नहीं देते. वो फ्री
नहीं
किक
देते.
दिया है इन्होंने. दैट इज द थिंग. सो दैट इज व्हाई व्हाट कंफ्यूजेस मी. द सेम थिंग inside the D is different, outside the D is different. Why, man? Why as it have those kind of different norms? मतलब nice free kick करे, almost goal नहीं हुआ. Martinez with a nice catch. Belotti with a decent header, I believe. अरे I didn't mean literally, man. I didn't mean literally. You know what I mean. As in, it's just been a very long season, and obviously the place that I am, I'm pretty sure up Tanzania. I don't know what time is it Tanzania. So it's going to be, let me calculate and tell you. So it's going to be 3:30 by the time extra time finishes. ठीक है. मैं नहीं चाहता वो 3:30 in the morning. So that's the thing I meant. Ideally. लेकिन हाँ, certainly always good to watch with you guys. So again, do not forget to like the stream, people. Hey Fateh, can we borrow Inter's backline this season? We'll pay FA Cup trophy as interest after we win the quadruple.
What club? Like
So Chelsea, yeah, otherwise Chelsea fan.
Chelsea? Oh, totally, absolutely. Like I said, Bastoni. The reason why we mentioned Bastoni is because Chelsea are losing Rudiger, and Bastoni is very good moving forward with his left foot. I don't think there are a lot
अरे,
of
oh my God, sorry, but I think what a tackle, man. I
Otamendi.
think important. Otamendi, you called it.
That is why I'm a bit when
Emerson,
people.
man, Emerson with a beautiful run. He has it in him, man. मैं तो बोलता हूँ Emerson, भाई तो आ जा यार चेल्सी वापस. मैं बोल रहा हूँ अभी भी फिट हो जाएगा. लेकिन Bastoni, talking to about
Yeah.
Bastoni, how
So
many times he
Bastoni.
played four at the back? कितने बार खेला इस सीजन में? Four at the back.
No, not at Inter. Not at Inter. He was
मतलब
there
they didn't
last
change
year.
the formation even once, Inter.
We don't. We've since Conte has arrived, we've never played four at the back. It's always been three at the
अच्छा.
back.
Like even when you're
Maybe
in the changing game in the second half and all those, तब तो खेला ही होगा थोड़ा बहुत.
if you're changing the game, some formations a little bit, but not too much. And see, this is why I said it's interesting, because he's only 23. His left foot is
Mhm.
good. He's very good going forward. And Inter Milan, we were attacking very well from the left wing. Even if you remember the game against Liverpool, Perisic and
Yeah.
Bastoni. So their
Mhm.
link-up play is very good. So we've lost Perisic. Okay, rightfully,
Mhm.
like all respect to Perisic for what he's given and what he's done. But we already signed Gusins in Jan. So now losing Bastoni is going to be very big. So I don't know. I mean, I think Chelsea should bid for him, because there could be a bidding war, and the more money we get, the better it is.
Yeah, no, I agree. Even Chiellini is saying that he can be my successor and all those things.
Yeah, yeah.
Problem with this, coming back to my question, I really want Chelsea to not be an Inter. You know what? As in nothing
Hmm.
against Inter, don't get me
Hmm.
wrong. I want Chelsea to be more flexible next season.
Hmm.
Be it formations, because the Premier League में we cannot, we'll be sussed out. Or definitely with four in the back, there can be more flexibility in terms of forward line. There can be one extra attacker in forward line. So there are a lot of reasons. और ऐसा नहीं कि हमारा defense ऐसे भी बहुत तगड़ा है. So I think we rather just try and score more goals than go the Lampard way for once.
Also, with Ankit, the criticism for Bastoni is that at times he's very soft in the tackle. I
अच्छा.
think there was this moment at Anfield where he just got turned, and as an Italian defender, to be soft. I mean, Italians are known for that ruggedness. Look at Chiellini, for example. Like that strength, that ruggedness, the ability to take a yellow or a red. When it suits you. Bastoni so far, maybe because he's young. Maybe it's because he's young. He's just 23, so maybe he'll learn as he goes forward. Because I have always felt this. He doesn't have that uh, that that typical Italianness in him, that ruggedness, that fight in him just yet.
It'll build अभी भी काफी young है ना. How old is he? I think
23,
he's
just turned
correct.
23. Yeah.
Exactly. लेकिन हाँ, coming back to Fahim's question, should Gilmore stay at Chelsea next season? 100%. मैं वही मतलब coming back to the flexibility point जो मैं बोल रहा था ना, I think with Gilmore being there, it just gives us a better flexibility of being able to play with one single pivot. Or nice chance by Argentina, but a nice block by Italy. I think it was Messi with a great kind of an
Do
attempt.
you do you guys not have any buyback clause on Tomori?
Tomori नहीं, it was stupid of us, I know, लेकिन मतलब people are so stupid, but to be very honest about it, COVID के समय था, peak COVID के समय, याद है?
Okay. Okay.
It was in peak COVID times, and what happened is Tomori wasn't getting any game time at all. He had fallen off with Lampard for whatever reason. Or by the way, people who kind of criticize Lampard, then Lampard was the guy who actually got Tomori in the first place. So I don't think it's fair to criticize Lampard. He was knowing what he's doing. At that point, Tomori was probably wrong behind the scenes. Who knows? Nice corner, लेकिन नहीं कुछ नहीं हुआ. लेकिन हाँ, but we weren't getting. It was almost the end of the transfer window. I think it was January transfer window, if I remember right. Arey, nice cross. Argentina with nice chances, yaar. लेकिन हाँ. And then what happened is we got this offer. कि पहले loan plus with basically a clause that you have to sign kind of thing.
Option. No. Okay.
वो I think option था क्या? Option था? Option था, right? Option था. I think it was option or it was like they had to oblige to sign.
Okay,
I don't know, one of those two. लेकिन वही है, we had to take it, or maybe I'm pretty sure they would have negotiated. It's easy for us basically as fans to say नहीं यार गलत किया, मरीना दीदी ने गलत किया, उसको ढंग से करना चाहिए था. Alone, यार, who knows? It would have come in the last day of the transfer window. Who knows that they would have spoken? Do you even know the details? मैं इतने सारे ट्विटर पे दिखता ना, we regret भाई, मतलब do we know the real thing? क्या बोला था टोमोरी ने लैम्पार्ड को, क्या बेसिकली गलत किया था? और अगेन even coming back to his performances, मैं तो इतना तक बोलता हूँ उस समय भी, मतलब again, you know me, Fateh, and people watching regularly, they know as well. मैं for the sake of it, I won't say yes because it's Chelsea. I'm not अंधा भक्त नहीं हूँ Chelsea का. I'm a huge भक्त of Chelsea, absolutely. But I'm not going to say, I'm going to criticize when it's worth it. Tomori had a lot of mistakes. He had a lot of mistakes that season. ठीक है? So I wouldn't buy that, to be very honest about it. अरे nice हो भाई साहब, Messi almost with the right footer. लेकिन Donnarumma, by the way, is his club goalkeeper.
This club goalkeeper. So yeah, I think who are Chelsea being linked with? Because if you've lost Rudiger, Marcos Alonso, I mean, let's discuss the Chelsea defense because I'm very interested.
अरे हर घंटे में डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ, मैं तो परेशान हो गया क्योंकि हम ज्यादा लिंक्स हुए ही नहीं है, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट.
गोल
हो गया यार, What a goal! A tap in by Lautaro or made by Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi fans, what do you think about this, man? That was very well played. I think 5 मिनट से लग रहा था फतेह कि करेगी गोल अर्जेंटीना और
Absolutely. I think Messi
आई एम
had
प्रीटी
such a
श्योर ये
good.
वीआर को जाएगा, प्रीटी श्योर, लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से ऑन साइड है जहां तक मैं मुझे दिखता है, मेरे ख्याल से ऑन साइड होना चाहिए और आई कैन सी अ लॉट ऑफ इटालियन प्लेयर्स गोइंग बिहाइंड द रेफरी फॉर व्हाट चेक, लेट्स सी, लेकिन हाँ very good play I think by Messi or Lautaro in the box. Chelsea, talk about players who are linked. Lautaro Martinez has been linked strongly in the last 48 hours after Inter Milan talks of Lukaku have started again. And that's something हम discuss करने वाले हैं अभी. लेकिन भाई साहब क्या strength है. Bad defending by the Italian right back. Was it Di Lorenzo? Di Lorenzo, bad man, terrible. I know it's Messi, he kind of can beat anyone, लेकिन Di Lorenzo got properly turned. He got properly turned on Lautaro in the box, man. Messi winning his potential 40th trophy as things stand, only 3 behind Dani Alves, and that's
My God.
all-time second in all football. That is from what I believe, right? Absolutely. लेकिन हाँ कुछ comments quickly ले लेते हैं. Argentina missing Paredes big time, not much control in midfield. लेकिन वही है, when you have Lionel Messi, all you need to do is just give him the ball, especially in Argentina colors. और दिखा दिया उसने. Gilmore does make our team first team though. हाँ, I'm not saying he starts other way. Gilmore needs to understand that उसको मिलेंगे और Tuchel also needs to understand that he needs to give some more faith to Gilmore. तो 25-30 maybe starts there हो और बाकी maybe 15 of the bench and 15 में नहीं feature करे. I think that's good enough for Gilmore, right?
Ooh, snapshot.
यहाँ पर मैं यूक्रेन स्कॉटलैंड का मैच भी साथ साथ में देख रहा हूँ क्या हो रहा है थोड़ा बहुत. भाई यूक्रेन टेरिटोरियली आर काइंड ऑफ डोमिनेटिंग, काइंड ऑफ एक्सपेक्टेड
Absolutely.
बिकॉज़
They've got.
स्कॉटलैंड
Come on, they've got Malinovsky, Yarmolenko. They're so experienced, playing for top clubs. I mean, I did expect I think, and Zinchenko. I mean, come on. I think Ukraine will get it.
Yeah, vamos Argentina, man. Messi with the assist, Lautaro scored, brilliant. Okay, yes. His parents apparently don't want him to go to another loan. By the way, talking about parents, I remember seeing Billy Gilmore's dad's tweet last time.
Ukraine goal.
अरे मेरे पे नहीं हुआ है, मेरे पे तो अभी तक आ रहा है. मेरा पीछे है क्या? अरे भाई साहब, चलो कोई नहीं. कौन मारा?
I think Yarmolenko.
Let's see. I'll probably not. What is the timestamp? मेरा 31:44 है.
32:40.
Oh man, you're so ahead. I should have refreshed. Messi is
They might give it
Bhai
offside.
Sahab, Fahim, how you feeling, bro? Ukraine won.
They might call it back for offside, I think.
Okay. Ball possession 58% Ukraine, by the way. What will be Lewandowski's next destination? Before that, हम बात करेंगे ऋषिकेश. Lukaku के बारे में हो जाते हैं यार. Come on. Fateh is your Inter fan. Fateh, how dare you, man?
No, I don't think it's possible. His lawyer called. I don't think Inter will, be. I mean, yes, we are thinking of it, but look, there's no way we'll play a transfer fee, right? Even next season.
अरे मेरा अभी अटक गया यार, मतलब मोबाइल में ये प्रॉब्लम है ना, it kind of hangs every now and then.
And they've given the goal.
भाई साहब, they have given the goal. Huge moment for Ukraine football. I think again, Wales, by the way, lost earlier in the day to Poland. I know it was the second string Wales side, but that'll be interesting, how does Wales do on Sunday if Ukraine reaches there? And you can say this will be a great start. But coming back to Inter and Lukaku, please, Fateh, continue.
Yeah, so I mean, his lawyer has come up. It has been said that he doesn't trust his agent Pastorello. It's very difficult from Inter's perspective to do this, because even if sort of we say take him for a year's loan, Chelsea will want money next year. There's no way Inter is going to be giving money next year or some of that, until somebody like Lautaro gets sold next year,
And my luck, what happened? गोल के पहले का पूरा पे देखा, गोल के बाद का पूरा का देखा, साला गोल जब बोला तभी अटक गया.
Oh, that always happens. With streaming, it always happens.
Yeah, man. Especially on the
so
phone,
I mean, why? And I just wonder about Chelsea. Look, Lukaku showed towards the end also. There is a way in which he can be important to Chelsea. I don't think you should just cut your losses so soon.
100% आई एग्री. मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ यार, इफ unless we get a Lewandowski, जो नहीं होने वाला, it's not likely, unless we get a Lewandowski, or I know that Chelsea is against 30 plus, longer contracts than 1 year. लेकिन
Yeah.
I would say get a Lewandowski, then bite your hand off. लेकिन unless we get him, do not let Lukaku go, भाई. मतलब I don't think
Because
as much as bro has impressed, he's nowhere near Lukaku.
Because you know what I saw from the Champions League, the Man City versus Real game and the Liverpool versus Real game is having a proper striker like Benzema. I mean, City were not interested in playing a striker. Liverpool were playing Mane from the start, and okay, maybe Jota comes in, but having a pure striker like Benzema was what made the difference. You know, I understand the fetish of pressing, gegenpress, wingers, false nines. I understand all of that, but just having that one old-fashioned number 9 in your squad, you never know when you need him. You know, and I don't understand the fetish that new coaches have of strikers doing defensive work. I get it, you defend as a team, but you know, I think for that one player you can make an exception where his idea is only to score goals, trouble the defenders, and I think
No,
Lukaku is that player.
where it started, Fateh. The thing is, देखो, Chelsea I think are one of only 4 European clubs right now with no debt. सब पूरा debt
Hmm.
clear हो गया. ठीक है.
Hmm.
Obviously
Yeah.
that was a deal of the owner, and hats off to Roman Abramovich
Hats
for
off
that. It
to
was zero.
Abramovich. What a man.
अगर
What
वो
a
नहीं करता, he insisted on that. He made sure, or we have got money also, banked for at least an initial investment for the new stadium जो होने वाला है in a few years. But coming back to this, वही है, because of that, now Tuchel is maybe saying that let's start off with a clean slate. Okay, and then he would have had a chat with Lukaku. और as per report, Lukaku खुद ने बोला है that given a chance, I won't
Yeah.
mind going back to Italy, ऐसा कुछ बोला होगा. और
Okay.
then Italy में से Inter Milan, obviously खाली चेल्सी को नहीं बोला होगा, pretty sure offline Inter Milan को भी बोला होगा. Then Inter Milan से कोई contact किया होगा चेल्सी को, and that's how the conversations began, is what I'm guessing.
You know, so on this, the 85 million, so the numbers this year are that the Serie A was not able to sell rights in the Middle East region. Serie A is very famous in the Middle East, you know, like that is a very big market, Egypt, Saudi Arabia. So there was a decrease in our revenues of all Italian clubs, and even Inter's revenues decreased this year because of that. So to sort of say that Inter Milan is bidding 85 million, no, that is not going to happen, not this season. Maybe there might be an obligation that, okay, we'll pay you 15 million, then next year.
जो Torres का AC Milan के साथ हुआ था, that's how we finally got rid of Torres, if you remember.
Yeah,
It was
something,
multi-year loan.
Yeah.
What Juventus के साथ था for Cuadrado. Chelsea got rid of Cuadrado.
And Morata, for example, is the big template, and that is what I think might happen with Lukaku. Like, he might go on a 1-year loan.
Yeah.
But there is no way Inter Milan has 85 million until we sell enough players for almost 150 million or something like that.
See, that is the thing. That is the thing. Again, like I'm looking at basically, Italy kind of trying their best to keep possession, लेकिन कुछ create नहीं कर पा रहे अभी from the last 5 minutes. But वही है यार, isn't it very very strange that Lautaro has suddenly been linked? मतलब जहाँ तक मेरा समझ था, दोनों एक दूसरे के साथ खेलना चाह रहे थे.
No, I don't think Lautaro has any of that ek dusre ke saath khelna wala. Like, look, we've been linked to Dybala. So the idea is to have Dybala, Correa, Lautaro, and that Argentinian.
Okay. So you will probably you're playing with 2 behind Lukaku, possibly अगर Lukaku आता है, that kind of a striker.
If that deal materializes. So other than that, on Lautaro Martinez, I'll just tell you, he did sign a new deal with Inter last year, and what the club wants to do is wait for the World Cup before selling Lautaro off, because you saw today, Messi pass, Lautaro goal. That happens in the World Cup, his price is going to skyrocket. We are hoping, that somebody like Real Madrid or somebody is going to look at him and say, okay, 100 million or something like that. So to let go of Lautaro now, to bring Lukaku and play Dybala and Lukaku, I don't think that makes a lot of sense. It would be a bad move from Inter Milan. So this Lukaku thing, I think you have to watch for the Bayern Munich rumors if they are true.
नहीं, Bayern Munich का तो यार आज almost आ गया, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Sadio Mane, I know he's not a proper striker, लेकिन I think recent season में he's played as a striker for Liverpool. So maybe Muller and Sadio Mane might rotate as a striker for Bayern Munich. तो मुझे लगता है वहाँ पर ज़्यादा likelihood है. Again, knowing Bayern Munich, the kind of signings that they have, I don't remember Bayern Munich making a huge money signing in recent times. तो करते भी तो भाई वो somehow पटाके कम करा लेते हैं. I don't know how on earth were they able to get Gravenberch for 20 million, man. I have no idea. Remember whole of last summer we were talking about Gravenberch.
Gravenberch, yeah. Big name linked. Maybe they waited, they signed the contract with the player, and they let him be at that one club, and then next year, when he only has a year left on his contract, they get him.
मतलब वही unofficially they must have spoken,
Yeah.
or initially लेकिन as in that's the thing. I think example of scouting should be from a Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich manages to get the best German talent that there is, no doubt about it, in the German league, or even from other leagues which we are not able to a lot of times, which even Inter Milan are not a lot of times,
Yeah.
get people on basically literally free. They get them year after year after year. So I think that's a template. I think Barcelona try कर रहे हैं वो इस बात करने का, क्योंकि there's a need. There are reports of Barcelona is interested in Maguire. Hope they buy him and it doesn't do. अरे नहीं यार, नहीं आने वाला. Come on, नहीं जाने वाला Barca. I think probably there's a pun.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Can't
Barcelona's
imagine.
financial situation is also really bad. But it's interesting when somebody mentioned the Chelsea backline. Dave Fry can move, man. I know that he's had a
येलो बाय द वे यार, आई थिंक यहाँ पर हीटेड हो रहा है थोड़ा सा मैच. भाई
Yeah.
साहब, मेसी को मिला टैकल, बुरा वाला है मिला. देखते हैं क्या हुआ, मैं मिस कर दिया एग्जैक्टली क्या हुआ था, लेकिन it looks like it's pretty bad. अच्छा, it's an elbow.
by
अरे
the-
भाई, it's a bad one. Again, you cannot prove it.
How is he supposed to jump?
I have my question marks knowing Bonucci. Let's be honest, Fateh. मतलब again, he's knowing what he's doing, but ऐसा नहीं कि जानबूझ के he's only aimed at him. It's like being in that situation is like चलो ये भी डाल देते हैं. मतलब pointy थोड़ा कर दिया उसको. Let's put it that way. I hope you guys make a comeback. Let's see. Conrad Lamer does slot in at right back. He may be he does slot in right back as well. I didn't know that. I know that central midfield is what his position is. But Lamer, I think for Bayern Munich will be brilliant. I think if he can slot in as right back, they probably have three people playing at right back positions for well. Pretty much sure वो एक addition होगा. But Bayern Munich getting so many midfielders also यार question mark मेरे लिए. I don't know, Goretzka है, Kimmich है, Gravenberch है अभी. They already have Musiala who can also play. Musiala can literally play anywhere in midfield. Trust me.
Tolisso is leaving, I think, on a free.
हाँ, लेकिन Tolisso is like he was
Injured
literally not there anyway.
Yeah.
वो injured रहता था.
Yeah.
Offered, Brozo said he will. Okay, may make an offer he can't refuse. Pogba leaving for free is way less costly and expensive than. Pogba, yaar, what do you think? Pogba to Juventus, is it on?
Oh, it's definitely on. I think he's already said goodbye to Manchester United today.
He's formally
Yeah.
tweeted about it.
Yeah, so I think that marriage really didn't work, right from the start. And I think Man U should have
remarriage.
Yeah, and Man U should have been sensible and sort of gotten away a year or two ago. They should have made some money. I mean, it made no sense keeping him this year. What have they achieved? What have they been achieving? And I think this is what you need in the transfer market. You at times you just need to be ruthless. And that's something that Bayern do very well. They're very ruthless. We heard Lewandowski say that that my time is up because he wanted money and they were not willing to.
I think he believes like he wasn't treated the way that he should have been.
Yeah.
In between the line में वही समझ आ रहा है कि यार at least I deserved a conversation. वो आगे discuss करने को तैयार ही नहीं है. But it's strange, Oliver Kahn just last month saying that we are not stupid to let go a person who scores 40 goals for us a season. Just go like that, 35 goals a season. लेकिन यार प्रथम great point, वही हम बात कर चुके हैं काफी इसके बारे में. Again, from what it seems like and what I remember stories, there were two reasons. One was that COVID के कारण they couldn't decide on the venue, having multiple venues, having multiple teams. उस समय plan हुआ जा रहा था, things weren't clear. Secondly, I think the last time Copa America, Argentina जीता था. I think Maradona was probably in his last year at Argentina, if I remember correctly. And they again winning after 28 years, they wanted to kind of relive that Argentina and Diego Maradona memory. Or Italy's closest, in a way, they had won the Euros with Argentina. With Maradona spending so much time in Italy as well. I think maybe वही है, मतलब और वहाँ कुछ reason मुझे लगता नहीं है. Apart from obviously it being at Wembley and glorifying a little bit more if possible. As a Jose and Rafa's tactic fan, would love to see Bonucci, Chiellini channel their inner Pepe.
I think they already
Amazing.
have. They're probably even worse than Pepe. Yeah, okay, Pepe is bad, I know, but there is no Italian defender who doesn't have an inner Pepe, and probably 100 times that inner Pepe. And that's why I keep saying Bastoni is just so far has not shown that. He's too clean. He's too silky smooth with skills, and I think he needs that
Oh,
dirtiness is
is it a penalty for Ukraine? I saw yellow card in the D. I don't know
a
if it
yellow
was in
card,
the
not a
D.
penalty. I don't think so.
Yellow card. Acha, acha. It's an elbow again. Man, lot of elbows today. A lot of elbows. Yeah, it's outside the D for sure. It's a yellow card, but not very clever. Of I think Dykes of Scotland got gets a yellow card. Should Liverpool need to go for Lewandowski? भाई
Yeah, why not?
हालैंड लिवरपूल मैन सिटी खेलो भाई बाकी लोग सुपर लीग में जाएंगे यही होने वाला है अगर वो होता है तो सच में come on it's not fair man Haaland already going there Liverpool come on as in I think the power should not become more powerful should not become more powerful put it that way ना मैं बोलूंगा भाई लेवेंडोस्की तू आजा टूकल knows German football
Uh, Yeah, but even though Tuchel knows how much are you likely to spend, it's an amazing like achievement that
नहीं नहीं
you
तो
don't have a debt
लेवेंडोस्की
anymore.
how much will Lewandowski cost from what I understand 50 million 40 million
15, yeah, 15, yeah, 15,
नहीं
20.
नहीं ज्यादा है नहीं ज्यादा है यार डबल होगा मेरे ख्याल से लेट मी एक्चुअली लुक एट लेवेंडोस्कीज मार्केट वैल्यू बट मेरे ख्याल से ज्यादा है दैट्स द थिंग ना बारसा वर नॉट एबल टू पे सैलरी भी आ जाता है इन द क्वेश्चन बट अगेन फॉर मी I think there was a question about Lewandowski not being able to be afforded by Barca so I'm just trying to look at Lewandowski's market value यहाँ पर anyone knows do comment लेकिन I think the demand was much more than that Fateh. The demand I think again on paper है 50 million euros in
No, no, I don't think that's why
at this
Lewandowski
stage.
said, I mean, don't let's not be surprised if he signs a new contract with Bayern. Then, if 55 million, nobody's going to pay him. With 1 year left on your contract, 34 years old, come on. I think it has to be 15, 20 at most, 25.
But he's the best in the world. He got the golden boot in entire Europe, even this year.
I mean that, yeah, no, but come on. I mean, Benzema is the best in the world right now.
मतलब you know what I mean in terms of
Yeah,
stats,
I
in
know
terms
what
of
you mean. I know what you mean.
market value and all those things. मैं
Yeah,
वैसे
yeah,
बोल
yeah.
रहा हूँ. तो market
But I
value
think
में I don't know. और
I
चैंपियंस लीग
think
में भी स्कोर किया है भाई मतलब
absolutely.
for
I
fun.
think it makes sense for Liverpool to have a out and out striker like that, because I thought that was what was the difference between Liverpool winning and Real Madrid winning. Like there was that one striker who knew how to put it in, and just Liverpool had these false strikers going off and falling off each other, and no, that it just doesn't work sometimes. And I think
हाफ टाइम
City
हो
are
गया क्या? By the
yeah,
way, half time in Scotland, Ukraine, or Ukraine obviously doing well. तो
Argentina
क्या?
2-0.
अरे, what a goal, man! Di Maria, is it? Wow, wow,
Di
what
Maria,
a
and he
who
just
gave the
burned Chilini there.
through ball? I think was it DePaul
Let's
or
see.
Messi, one of the two. Let me see who was it. Like in brilliant through ball, napping. Bhai, Italy caught napping.
Caught napping,
Bhai,
yeah, yeah.
Chiellini, do you think second half में नहीं आएगा फिर?
I think he'll get a standing ovation around the 68th minute or something. I mean,
अच्छा. अरे यार ये तो एक वन साइडेड हो रहा है ऑलमोst मैच
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I think Martinez with a kick and then nice hold up play by Martinez brilliant turn and Martinez
Beautiful.
नहीं खेला भाई what a through ball और बीच में जगह यार I think the problem was that there was too much gap between Chiellini and Bonucci
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Di Maria nice chip man यार what about Di Maria done क्या Juventus
I think so. I think they are, and he's just burned the two UA guys. So I mean, I'm happy that Lautaro Martinez provided, but I'm just wondering, like with a little bit of pace in Serie A, you can really burn defenses. They're going to get Chiesa and Di Maria, and then Vlahovic in the middle, and Pogba behind them.
So
It's basically
Chiesa has been kept by Juventus because I think if I'm not wrong, technically Abhi Fiorentina owns him, right? If I'm not wrong.
no,
Which was the
no,
club?
no.
But
That
Chiesa,
deal is like it's done. It's done. I think that
it
it's
was the
paid over
obligation, yeah.
2-3 years. I think that's it gets paid.
Okay.
But
Because
yeah,
अभी भी
UA
मैं देख रहा हूँ अच्छा he yeah he's a Juventus player now. Yes, the deal is done. You're right. I think he's obviously coming back, so I don't think Juventus will let him go. They'll give him a chance, being one of the best players. Along with and the fact that Perisic, did not move, was basically telling that Chiesa is going to be starting there. Absolutely, we are losing this. Sorry, Fahim, sorry, but don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. Again, matlab, I know Yarmolenko is he's a national, I think almost an international hero आज तो. लेकिन Scotland have it in them. I think वो Scotland का mentality for me has not been up there. That's my case. मतलब you guys, I know you've been defending a lot and that's how you've been winning a lot of games 1-0, 2-0. By the way, last 15 में I think 10 जीते ऐसे कुछ है Scotland का record काफी अच्छा record है. But you have to give it to Ukraine, man. मतलब Ukraine are taking it to them despite not playing और वो passion दिख रहा है. So Scotland have to basically take a leaf out of their hat. But what about this game, man? Italy Argentina. मतलब where do you think the game has been missing for Italy? Is it the midfield or do you think it's basically Chiellini and Bonucci's backline?
Look, I think Italy has a lot of problems. Obviously, Chiellini retiring, Bonucci is good in the three-man defense. Is he good like in that four-man defense without Chiellini? It's going to be found out. Also, the midfield, okay, they've had more possession, I think, Italy. But Messi's made that difference. I mean, the way he created that first goal, those passes, that intelligence, Italy don't really have that right now, And obviously, Chiesa is out, Immobile isn't playing. Okay, maybe it wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, I think Argentina just have that wow factor. Italy doesn't have that right now, and it's showing.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. और भाई साहब मतलब जो भी देख रहा है यार मतलब लाइक कर दीजिए. सब लोग लाइक कर दो स्ट्रीम को. Let's reach a target and yes, I've gone time and again saying that like we became 3K, we I don't know, कुछ सब्सक्राइबर्स अनसब्सक्राइब कर दिया. I don't know क्या ही तो मतलब ले रहा था मैं उनका. लेकिन वही है, जो लोग सब्सक्राइब किए थैंक्स अ लॉट. जो लोग नहीं किए प्लीज डू कंसीडर सब्सक्राइबिंग. दो अलग चैनल से हम लोग के. Hopefully we'll get to 3K by the end of this stream. Let's get us to 3K at least, if not 3.1K. But absolutely, it's a request from my end. It'll mean a lot. And do not unsubscribe अगर आप कर रहे हो. मतलब आप तभी करिए अगर आपको अच्छा लगता है कंटेंट जो हम दिखाते हैं on both the channels. And check out our playlist. आप खुद जज करिए फिर करना. लेकिन हाँ, like definitely कर देना so we have more chance. और people do let us know what has been the difference maker. Italy के लिए I think in my opinion, surprisingly मैं बोलूँगा Emerson has been one of the bright points. ठीक है, Emerson has done pretty well. लेकिन I think the midfield has not been so good and the right back Di Lorenzo. Sorry, I have to say Di Lorenzo, that goal I have to blame him. He got turned over.
Absolutely. I think. Yeah, I think look, Italy has so many problems. This Euro win sort of masked the problems that Italy have. There are a lot of good midfielders coming up, but are there good defenders like Italy had in the past? Nothing of that sort is coming up, and you can see Di Lorenzo there. Emerson again, not the best left back in the world. So I mean, there are many problems, many problems. What helps Italy is that team spirit. Playing when the stakes are high. You can actually play as a team. But this is like a sort of like a friendly. So I don't think you'll see that. And yeah, I mean, Di Lorenzo definitely not good enough. Going against Di Maria, going against Messi, come on. I mean,
look at it. The angel came in the D and goal mar diya. Just read it between the lines. Some wordplay by Adway. Nice wordplay, Adway. Nice try. Swap Lukaku with Lautaro. He can even hold a player. एक बार कर दिया अभी. Come on, I'm not going to buy that, Ayush. I still remember that almost 3 महीने के लिए नहीं स्कोर किया था Lautaro.
Yeah, absolutely.
ठीक है, तो I am not going to buy this. Or he is not anywhere close to Lukaku when it comes to hold up play. I'll be honest about it. It's not that Lukaku is out of the world, but certainly I'm not buying him, man.
And Lautaro is also, again, like I said, Lautaro is also 24 years old. I mean, there's a lot of growth that he can show, but most definitely not ready to lead the line. Like here he has Messi and Di Maria behind him. Come on, I mean, at Chelsea it's not going to be the same. So, but yeah, Lautaro, great player. I hope we keep him. I think we will keep him. I mean, I don't, unless until there's a bit like 90 million plus 10 million bonuses taking it to 100. Nobody says no to 100 million.
यार भाई यहाँ पर हाफ टाइम पे ना मतलब मैं ये बोलना चाहता हूँ सोनी वालों को मतलब I was really lucky to be there. फतेह was really lucky. लेकिन एक चीज है भाई मतलब फिनालिसिमा आ रहा है और ये वाला दूसरा मैच तो आ ही नहीं रहा. अपना ये स्कॉटलैंड यूक्रेन यार थोड़ा सा मतलब if you are falling short of people no we are always there man just give us a call हम लोग आ जाएंगे
Yeah.
भाई कोई कोई मिड मैच है नहीं कोई प्री मैच है नहीं मतलब come on how will international football get more popularity in places like India जहाँ पर club football is getting much more so I think it's part of our duty as well I really believe that but हाँ Syed has a great point about D Lorenzo had tried at least लेकिन वही है Messi was far better than him in that gameplay I understand but he was weak और लेकिन at the same time Chiellini should have marked Lautaro better. I agree there. हाँ second goal में मैं बोलूँगा more than Chiellini I think it was Bonucci.
Bonucci,
Chiellini was
yeah.
still having his man.
Yeah.
Bonucci बहुत जगह रुक गया था इतना space I think he didn't read the game well. By the way याद है एक गोल फतेह हमने बात
I
की थी
remember, I remember this goal. Oh my God, like you
man
know
how it changed man the Euro final.
how things change at that moment. I thought that's it. It's coming home. I mean, we are done.
I guess Italy forward is not too good. No Insigne, no Immobile.
And Insigne is
Scamacca, man,
moving to
Scamacca.
your Canada, isn't he?
Ha, Insigne is going to Toronto FC, the same place whom I used to kind of support during the time. Now news from Chelsea camp: Armando told Lukaku, "Bro, to ja." Armando Broha telling to Lukaku, "Bro, to ja." Obviously, he wants more game time, so बोलेगा ही. All of a sudden, so much Italy fans, all this Brazil and Ronaldo fans. अरे भाई, uh, होते हैं भाई कमाल इटली के काफी फैंस है टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट अबाउट इट ऐसा कुछ नहीं है आई स्टिल रिमेंबर यूरोस के समय आई थिंक इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग लॉट ऑफ टीम्स ने सपोर्ट किया था इटली को बिकॉज दे रियली वर इम्प्रेस्ड विद दोस इनिशियल गेम्स दैट प्लेड इन द ग्रुप स्टेज Lotara scored today because he had that supply and support near the box. It depends upon what support you get. Exactly, शायद Chelsea में कौन है support देने के लिए? I would rather have pure wingers who score rather than just get a striker. I really believe in that statement. Hello to Suraj as well. Absolutely, भाई सूरज कैसा चल रहा है मैच? And yes, ये भाई हम 3 हफ्तों से बोल रहे हैं almost. हो जाए भाई आज हो जाए. Come on, let's get to 3K. Only Conte can help Lukaku by bringing him to Spurs if Daniel Levy spends money. If they're giving
Absolutely.
Kane, why not?
I think that is the swap that you guys need to make, because what Conte gets out of him, I don't think any manager can. Even Simone Inzaghi probably won't be able to.
But वही है ना हम लोग टाइम खोटी नहीं करेंगे अपना मैं बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि
No, but
इतना बुरा because we've had a lesson with that Modric thing saga and of course after that Willian the way he came to Chelsea it is so bitter trust me it is very very bitter between Spurs and Chelsea very bitter when it comes to transfer window and Daniel Levy हाँ even with Sevilla with Napoli के साथ हमारे साथ हुआ in the past with Napoli I think कुलीबाली के साथ होता कुछ साल पहले he literally wanted to come to Chelsea लेकिन होने ही नहीं दिया भाई कौन है नापोली का नाम भूल जाता हूँ on top
De Laurentiis.
of course so he's the guy
Yeah.
so difficult to negotiate with only under Sarri आपको याद है तो we were able to get Jorginho ठीक
How
है
much
वहाँ
did
भी
you pay for Jorginho?
exactly we paid so much right and वो भी क्यों Jorginho was almost going to Man City Sarri being
Yeah.
a Napoli manager ex-manager convinced him to come to Chelsea or then we had a loan of who Higuain a finished Higuain
Higuain,
so
yeah.
मतलब they wanted to get और Sevilla के साथ with Dani Alves in the past I remember भाई that was one of the longest sagas I don't know if people remember from this generation but वही है Nico Barella मतलब I know you guys probably Brozovic has been really good for you this season how is Nico Barella season been?
So I was personally very disappointed. His statistics look very good,
Exactly.
but if there were two players who probably lost us the league title, it was Lautaro and Barella. They did not step up when it really mattered. Towards the end,
I agree.
Lautaro came back. Once he got that goal at Anfield, from there onwards, Lautaro was a changed player. But these two guys did not really step up. I mean, it was Hakan and Brozovic who were carrying our midfield at times, and Barella was just being a prima donna. And I think all the success, winning the league and then winning the Euros, sort of went into Barella's head. But I hope that next season he's back because there's a lot of talent there. There is so much talent there. I mean, yeah, and see, look, what Inter are planning is that Barella will be the captain. So then that means that we'll probably not let him go. So that is why the name Bastoni is being mentioned, and I'm very surprised. Like it was being said, one of Bastoni and Skriniar will move. Today, Skriniar came with the statement, I don't want to move. So it's going to be a problem because
Wait a minute.
Lautaro,
So, who was Inter's captain for this season?
Handanovic.
Oh yeah, Handanovic is finishing now. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. ये कैसे हुआ? हाँ, Handanovic और Onana is coming in, right?
Onana
So
has come. Yeah.
नहीं fair enough, fair enough. यार ये मतलब again I agree 100%. मैं वही है ना, निको बरेया बहुत लोग बोलते हैं भाई सीरिया जो देखते हैं ना हर एक हफ्ते they kind of understand what Nico Barea brings to the table. और even in Champions League, मैं तो I'll go as far as to say that in the game against Real Madrid he did the stupidity. He did the
Yeah.
stupidity.
He cost us. He really cost us. That. And last year he gave a penalty against Real Madrid at home. So it was like he didn't learn. This year he got sent off. We didn't have him against Liverpool, and it would have been a totally different game had we had him. So
ये देखो यार, ये वाला जरूरी था बोलना। मेसी हैज मोर कप्स। यार रेस्पेक्ट टू मेसी यार, मैंने तो बोला ही है भाई। मैं तो डिस्पाइट Fateh being a very good friend and of course Italy team for example having Jorginho, Emerson, मैं तो फिर भी बोलता हूँ, मैं तो आज चाह रहा हूँ मेसी के लिए because the guy deserves it, to be very honest about it। क्योंकि इतने इतने सालों तक हो रखा है मेसी ये नहीं जीता वो नहीं जीता इंटरनेशनल लेवल। चलो ठीक है भाई, कोपा अमेरिका जीत लिया ये जीत लिया, मतलब वो आर्ग्यूमेंट ही गलत थी। तो द फैक्ट दैट उसको मिल जाएगा 2 ट्रॉफी, टेक्निकली आप बोलोगे यार एटलीस्ट दैट आर्गुमेंट विल गो अवे एटलीस्ट अंटिल द वर्ल्ड कप। तो मैं तो यही
I'd love, Ankit. I don't have Italy, so I mean, for me, it's basically Argentina at the World Cup. So I'm just hoping that, you know, Barella wasn't injured. He was suspended in the games, and no man, I think he was rested too. Those are just excuses. I think he just didn't step up. When he really needed to. There were certain games where you could just see that Barella is happy.
I don't remember a bad injury or something like, मतलब he was a little bit injured as well, but yes I can see a lot of people coming in जो भी ट्यून कर रहा है भाई, मतलब जो भी है भाई और बहन सब लोग please let's like the stream, certainly helps। do not forget यार सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए। आप सोचते होंगे यार वी आर ऑलरेडी सब्सक्राइब टू अंकित भैया, नहीं यार हो सकता है आप लोग ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज एफसी में हो, वहां पर बहुत प्यार मिल रहा है तो थैंक यू, बट यहाँ पर भी चाहिए हमें प्यार एब्सोल्युटली, क्योंकि यहाँ पर और ज्यादा इनोवेटिव कंटेंट आपको देखने को मिलेगा, मैं इतना जरूर बता सकता हूँ। आज बाय द वे फतेह क्विकली मैं ऑफलाइन चीजें अभी लाइव भी बोल देता हूँ। सादिक भाई, you probably know Sadik bhai has been on the stream a lot of times, so he is an ultra as well, he's a Man United and Barca fan, ठीक है, और he knows his stuff inside out, और of course you are there and of course I am there, hopefully हम तीनों as in large generation वाले people kind of get together and have some conversations। तो कुछ interesting plan करते हैं भाई समर के लिए, काफी we have to do whenever you're free। इटली कम बैक करेगी भाई, मैंने तो बोला 2-1 मेरा prediction था। what did you predict फतेह?
You never asked me for the prediction for this game.
भूल गया यार, sorry, उस समय इतना सारा चीज चल रहा था ना, I kind of forgot।
Yeah.
What do you feel now? What do you feel now? Let's
No,
see.
I don't think Italy can come back. I don't see a comeback because again on the bench, the options. I don't really think it's going to make a difference. Maybe one goal, but I think Argentina has more goals than them. Argentina, if Messi is still on the pitch, I think we yeah, absolutely. I saw my phone's been shooting up. Johnny Depp has won 15 million. Johnny Depp has won, so yeah, crazy. But yeah, I think Argentina wins 3-1 at least.
3-1 ओके चलो ठीक है, मैं तो अभी बोलता है 2-1 होगा। लेट्स सी, आई जस्ट वांट इंटरेस्टिंग सेकंड हाफ, पुट इट दैट वे। पोचेटिनो भी लाइक डियरेस्ट मेसी, ये गेम पीएसजी में क्यों नहीं दिखा सकते हो? मैं बोलता हूँ क्यों, क्योंकि यार स्कलोनी से सीखना चाहिए पोचेटिनो को, फेलो अर्जेंटाइन, ठीक है। स्कलोनी हैज, मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, ही हैज केप्ट अ स्ट्रक्चर। अच्छा, ही हैज केप्ट अ स्ट्रक्चर और ही स्टक टू दैट और इज गिविंग मेसी दैट फ्री रोल। आप देखो डी मरिया इज काइंड ऑफ दैट विंगर, मेसी इज नॉट अ विंगर इन द अर्जेंटीना टीम, so डी मरिया काइंड ऑफ switches flanks, or Messi is behind the striker, or Lautaro keeps his position.
Yeah,
he's holding the ball as well. So when Di Maria, being either side, can get the ball off Lautaro, or Messi is the person who's feeding both of them. So I think it works perfectly. लेकिन वही है, they have a good shield behind them. So you have to give it to Guido Rodriguez. Pretty recent. I think Betis के लिए अच्छा season था उनका. But of course Paredes, who's normally there, he's also been decent for Argentina. And Lo Celso, man, Lo Celso generally is someone who roams around, लेकिन आज मैं देख रहा हूँ काफी डिसिप्लिन है। Which is a favorite ISL team भाई? और कौन सी होगी? और कौन सी होगी? मैं बैंगलोर से हूँ यार, तो बेंगलुरु FC it has to be बेंगलुरु FC। लेकिन हाँ, hopefully we'll kind of follow even more this time on the channel। 1-1 penalties पे जाएगा। ये कौन बोल रहे हो भाई आप? स्कॉटलैंड वाला गेम बोल रहे हो क्या? क्योंकि दो गोल्स ऑलरेडी मार चुकी है अर्जेंटीना। भाई he switched 2 flanks and 1 assist and deep down to support defense. ये 34-year-old Messi है ना. भाई age is just a number, I always say. यार फतेह शुरू हो गया क्या स्कॉटलैंड वाला मैच?
Scotland वाला, oh, I totally forgot about that. Wait.
Actually put it back. मैं भी बंद कर दिया था एक सेकंड के लिए. Let me, हाँ शुरू हो गया होगा यार वो तो. I think it started maybe technically 2-3 minutes before Italy Argentina वाला मैच.
Yeah, it started.
अरे भाई साहब वो वाला इंटरेस्टिंग. अच्छा वहां पर भी यार यूक्रेन लीडिंग. पीपल इन द चैट do let me know यार, what do you think यार, Scotland, will they be able to come back? I know CFC Fahim was in the house, person who lives in Scotland is Scottish, I'm guessing, but what do you think? मतलब I still believe that Scotland has a gear to go up. देखते हैं, मतलब वहां पर अभी भी है 1-0. तो इंटरेस्टिंग रहेगा क्या होता है.
Ukraine just scored.
अरे भाई oh my god, यूक्रेन डूइंग मैडनेस. और सेकंड हाफ का शुरुआत में यूक्रेन गोइंग.
The number 9.
फतेह आपके लिए क्वेश्चन है यार.
Where do I stay? I stay in Mohali, Chandigarh.
और साथ में आप एड्रेस भी लिख दो ना.
Yeah. Anytime you guys are here going to Manali
यार
or any.
मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था, मतलब अगेन डोंट गेट मी रॉन्ग, आयुष और एवरीवन. अरे भाई साहब नाइस क्रॉस और नाइस गोल यार.
Absolutely. And Ukraine is playing with so much passion
Yaremchuk,
right
right?
now.
Yaremchuk scored 9, number 9.
Yaremchuk, yeah.
Their striker. अरे भाई, by the way, Chiellini going off. I thought he would get a standing ovation, bhai.
I thought he'd get, yeah. So is he not retiring? Is he not done?
Yeah, he is done, man. But Skamaka also came on with Belotti going off. Interestingly, Bastoni is not on.
Not on.
Who's this guy? Other guy? I don't know about him. Maybe
Locatelli.
नहीं, Locatelli तो है. ये डिफेंडर कौन है जो आया है इटली का? डिफेंडर है कि कौन है ये? मैं बोलता हूँ, नाम बोलता हूँ. एक सेकंड. लजारी. मैनुअल लजारी कौन है?
Who?
Manuel Lazzari.
So he's the right wing back for Lazio in the 3-5-2.
Oh,
I
right,
really
right,
like him. So Di Lorenzo must have gone off.
नहीं तो बेसिकली 3 चेंजेस हुए हैं. Chiellini is off. Let me again repeat that. Let's see. एक सेकंड मैं अभी रिफ्रेश करता हूँ. Chiellini is definitely off, ठीक है. और I है I think right wing back Lazzari has come, and then I know that Scamacca is on for Belotti, ठीक है. वो दूसरा चेंज है. और तीसरा
Di Lorenzo is, have they changed to a 3-5-2?
Locatelli has come on.
Locatelli has come on.
People in the chat, यार ये वेबसाइट एक ही चेंज दिखा रहा है अभी तक, लेकिन मैंने देखा 3 चेंज.
Yeah, I think Di Lorenzo has become the centre back with the.
अच्छा, right, he can play centre half. You're right. So basically they are going same है, 4 at the back ही है. मतलब I don't think they're changing the formation as such. So Di Lorenzo at centre half along with Bonucci, Emerson and the Lazzari being the full backs, Barella, Jorginho and I think Locatelli, and then Raspadori, what do you say, Scamacca, and we have Bernardeschi. अच्छा नहीं, Bernardeschi has been taken off.
Bernardeschi is continuing.
So Bernardeschi, Belotti and Chiellini have been taken off, and Lazzari, Locatelli and Scamacca. अच्छा, so they are definitely going 4-4-2. हाँ, 4-4-2 है यार. Raspadori and Scamacca are your only forwards left on the pitch. But I don't think they can play 4-4-2. You can probably say 4-1-3-2, क्योंकि यार Barella, Pessina and Locatelli भी खेल रहे हैं.
Also, I think Pessina has been very underwhelming tonight. Like
I was expecting Pessina. मैंने Pessina का नाम भी ले रहा था कि he's been subbed. लेकिन no, it's actually very strangely Bernardeschi ने तो provide किया था वो cross.
Yeah, Bernardeschi did. And Bernardeschi is another one who's a free agent. So, he's also likely to move.
Where is Tonali? Good question. Where is Tonali?
Yeah, very good question. Why he's not starting? Like I don't know why he's not starting. I think he's had such a great season. So maybe Mancini.
I think वो available या कुछ नहीं है, because I don't think he's in the squad even. नहीं है.
I thought he was. Okay.
Bench पर नहीं दिखा रहा as per the website that I'm following. So maybe he goes for Nations League then retires. Chiellini की बात हो रही है. नहीं, I think so. Announce कर दिया था यार almost. He might change his opinion. Who knows? Let's see. Batata United. Sorry, bro. Five. Five is proper Scottish, bro. But yeah, I know what he's saying. If I watch the Argentina Italy match now, forget Scotland, Ukraine. भाई बोल दिए already announcement. Sorry, fine. But you never know, भाई. मतलब football में कुछ भी हो सकता है. Like I say, this Argentina performance is a smoke screen. They have been aging. Players also look. Oh, that's a tough statement, Pratham.
Mm.
Would you buy that?
Yeah, I mean, look, that is why we discussed Otamendi. Like if Chiellini and Bonucci are probably past it now, then is Otamendi. And see, Ankit, the World Cup is taking place mid-season. So how does that affect these players? I mean, there'll be injuries and whatnot. So that is why I'm really, and Di Maria also. I think he's what, 34.
Di Maria is also, yeah, you're right,
So Di Maria
absolutely.
is 34, Messi is 34, Otamendi is 34. So these are three, and very important positions. So yeah, I mean, you can say that they are three very big players, but I think you need that experience also, don't you? Like,
I really feel, I don't know, maybe it's a social media world of social media world of basically too many reporters doing their thing without knowing their thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
yeah.
genuinely feel that this has been over proportion way too much. The
Hmm.
age thing. मतलब आप लोग बोलेंगे maybe मैं बूढ़ा जैसे दिखता हूँ कुछ लोगों को maybe I don't know. मैं बोलूँगा भाई I think age for me I maybe I've kind of grown up the wrong way in sports. मैं देखा हूँ most of the sportsmen leave about football are at the peak at 30. They are at the peak.
Yeah, now, yeah, yeah, yeah. Peak.
ठीक है तो for me it's plus or minus 3, so 27 to 33 is also good enough for me,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. So I really feel that you really need an inkling of experience big time, especially when it comes to major tournaments. अब देखो कितने मेजर टूर्नामेंट्स हुए हैं जहां पर यू हैड अ रियली यंग साइड विन एन एंटायर टूर्नामेंट. आई रिमेंबर वेरी फ्यू टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट
Very.
अबाउट इट. ठीक
Yeah,
है
yeah.
तो आपको चाहिए होता है और वही नहीं आप आपके बेसिकली एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर्स स्पेशली व्हेन इट कम्स टू वर्ल्ड कप्स व्हेन इट कम्स टू नेशंस लीग एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट जो कंट्री के लिए ना दे आर द एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर्स आर मच मोर इनटू इट in terms of winning because
Yeah.
they know that it's the last. So I would say that in a strange way you rather have them. And I think same thing about like because we are on almighty sports, I'm giving you this example. IPL का I don't know if people know like इतने सालों तक lot of franchises used to go for only youngsters, which is also a good great thing. Of course they should get the backing and support and all that, right? लेकिन the franchises which have actually done well are the ones who have not changed much, who have kept in faith with their senior members. So there is a lot, I think, which is over proportion in terms of जो age factor. So I really feel that हाँ defense में at times you need pace, but I think reading the game is far more important, which has totally been forgotten about. I would still go back to say that rather than a Lisandro Martinez or a Senesi, I would still expect Otamendi to be in the starting 11 for Argentina. Di Maria, I think we speak so much about Messi. Di Maria for me is probably as important. I really mean it for Argentina. अब देखो
Hmm.
अर्जेंटीना के लिए he is really to the T fit होता है. ठीक है because the way Messi plays you need a proper person who kind of unselfish guy like Di Maria. So
Hmm.
that works well. लेकिन हाँ फतेह भाई there's a question for you on screen.
So I think there's so much, like that the factors. I mean, first and foremost, if you lose your best players every season, you can't compete. Forget European glory. We won't even be able to compete for Serie A next season if we are losing, this one big player that is being said. I mean, look, last year we lost Lukaku, Hakimi, Eriksson. This year we're losing Perisic and say Bastoni. Then that's five very important players. So how do you compete in Europe? One is that. The second is that the core is very young. Barella, Bastoni, Lautaro. These are the main players, and they're so young. I mean, even Skriniar, I think 26. Okay, Brozovic is 29, 30. But it's too young. The Dumfries is also young. I don't think he has a lot of experience. 25, 26.
हाँ Dumfries is also like probably he's just entered his peak I would say.
Yeah,
लेकिन
25,
यार
26.
shout out यार Adway is right as in Korean team again there was controversy there Adway आप अगर आपको याद हो तो Fateh remember that lot of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
controversy. लेकिन I remember that Korean team was
What
really
a,
young absolutely लेकिन हाँ Matada United has a point for people watching like मुझे खुद नहीं मालूम है सच में बोलता हूँ यार people love the content that I do. If they're not loving it, I don't know. Like we nice subscribers we need to get. So that's why I want like the people who are watching now. अगर आप लोग मुझे सोशल मीडिया में फॉलो कर सको, just like and retweet the things that I do on Twitter. Maybe the word reaches out to the larger audience जो हमें चाहिए. Maybe if I am adding a story, you are adding a story as well. It will be really really helpful for people out there. And of course, panel तो are always there with me. Of course, lot of mods are always there with me. लेकिन अगर किसी को भी अच्छा लगता है ना थोड़ा सा भी कंटेंट यार, it will help. मतलब again, we are trying to grow the Indian YouTube community, not just our channel. Generally, I think on the larger scale, we need to grow much more faster. Hopefully, we can get there. But of course, the love that I've been getting, I cannot thank you enough. But I just saw a kind of play acting, Fateh, would you say? Argentina, Belotti had a touch and gamesmanship has started. So I think Argentina will happily take the trophy right now, given.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. They are, it's the same. Uruguay, Italy, Argentina. You'll always see the same showmanship, the play acting, the ruggedness. So yeah, I mean, expect this all the time from the Argentinians.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. Well, why we release him in the first place? Even Sanket, again, I have different thoughts about this. I think it was good riddance. बहुत लोग surprised होंगे ये सुनकर. I think it was good riddance. The guy had a problem. He showed it clearly. It's not a coincidence that Atletico Madrid did not play him much in his second stint. Okay, so I think the guy had a problem clearly.
Physical,
Not
do you
just
mean
that.
physical problem or do you mean attitude?
He had an attitude issue. I don't think physical. I think physically he was fit. I don't think footballing ability में I won't question him. लेकिन even then, आप देखो 2018 वाला season में he wasn't as good. ठीक है, so there is the argument that you would say that he was kind of already dipping, but still not at the cost of basically not having anyone. We probably should have gotten a replacement. Then Conte should have messaged him or told him whatever he did. The way that it happened, I agree with the comment absolutely. Lekin I think in hindsight, yes, one of our better strikers in the last decade and a half, absolutely. ठीक है, लेकिन I think it has laid out perfectly. I don't think उसने Chelsea को छोड़ने के बाद, do we regret him from a footballing perspective what he's done elsewhere? I don't think झंडा गाड़ा है किसी के after Chelsea. He's not done anything, to be honest. So that's my only reason.
He is so clutch. I mean, I would have loved to have had him at Inter Milan. Like what he could do. Oh my God!
अरे no! What is that? भाई साहब, what is Bonucci?
Bonucci and Donnarumma.
What just happened? Did that really happen or what? Like, come on, man. It's Finalissima. It's a trophy, and you're like daydreaming. Donnarumma daydreaming. I felt that. Man. I don't know what do you feel of that. लेकिन भाई अरे यार उसको भूल जाओ, वो फुटबॉलर ही नहीं है. मतलब there are few websites जहाँ he has been removed from the database and it's for real and he deserves it. Trust me, he deserves it. I don't think he deserves a mention also, Pratham. But again, thank you आने के लिए and comment करने के लिए. लेकिन can Argentina win World Cup? They can.
I think.
But maybe Fateh has a great point about the defense being a little bit, off the pace at times. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, also, do you think that midfield, even if Paredes is there, De Paul, Paredes, I mean, it's a better midfield than last time, definitely. Like last World Cup, we remember like, oh my God, that was such a disaster, And what I keep wondering is,
who's this guy next to Mancini? Man. This guy looks like one of those artists जो होते हैं ना, मतलब धूम में जो आमिर खान मास्क लगा के हो गया था and all those things, वैसा कोई आर्टिस्ट लग रहा था मुझे.
I didn't see.
काफी funny.
You have a photo, you must show.
No disrespect, लेकिन प्रणव hello and like कर दीजिए stream को. Same with David, big up bro, how are you? What do you think about Chelsea's season and of course the rumor about Marina? सुना Fateh? Marina might be replaced by Atletico Madrid director. What's her name? I forget her name.
But I think Marina herself might not want to stay on because is she Russian? Like, is she a Russian citizen?
I'm not many. I don't think she's Canadian थी जहाँ तक मुझे याद है.
But of Russian descent, very close to Abramovich.
Yeah,
I think I think she might leave, man. I genuinely think that,
Hey,
even if
but
she
I think
stays
this
in
summer
FIFA,
at least she should stay, no? What do you think? Like with Todd Bowley coming
yeah,
in,
one summer just to oversee, the handing taking over, as it's called in the army parlance.
yeah,
So
yeah, she has a Russian Canadian kind of a background. Yeah, absolutely correct. You're right. She's a dual citizen.
dual
Um,
citizen. So
okay, Chelsea looking to Atletico Madrid sporting director Andrea Berta to the ranks. Nice try by
I don't think anybody
Lopetegui.
can be as good. One of the things that I feel, even with the new owners, even with no debt, I somehow feel nobody will be as good as what Abramovich and what Marina had going on. Like what they
Hmm.
have done is very special. Uh, I don't think, and I don't know, I don't trust Americans at all. Ankit. Initially, they might spend this summer, but long term,
Hmm.
they don't really spend that much.
But can you generalize, Fateh, the fact that, as in, I think if I'm not wrong, LA Dodgers, again, I don't follow American sports as much. Like in LA
Hmm.
Dodgers, from what I know, they have been one of those, franchises who have invested as per the manager, along with, doing a lot of data management themselves and doing a lot of scouting. So they are well known for that. यहाँ पर एक मक्खी मंडरा रही मेरे कान के पास, पता नहीं क्या हो गया सर
No,
से.
but Ankit, it is one thing to do it in America. For example, I think even the Arsenal boss loves that Arsenal owner loves investing in America. But do they want to invest in football in England? Like, okay, revenues will be
अरे
good for
नहीं नहीं,
Chelsea.
that Roman must have made sure. I know it's easy to tell. अरे नाइस शॉट और गोल हो गया नहीं. Oh man,
My
Donnarumma
God,
with a deflected shot save. Di Maria, मैं वो बोला ना, Di Maria is key, man. He is key to Argentina. Let me tell you. I think
Italy
the
have
replay
no
that he had.
answers. Right now Italy have no answers, and see, whatever has been done is done. Mancini has a very difficult decade up ahead of him. Because these without Cellini and Bonucci, it's going to be very difficult for Italy to you know play
Emerson,
that.
man. Emerson with a important touch and brilliant save by Donnarumma.
Yeah,
But I think that pass, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, यार, चैट रोमेरो का पास था. बहुत ही अच्छा पास था वो टू डी मरिया. बहुत ही अच्छा बढ़िया पास था. लाइक अगेन यार, डी मरिया मतलब लीव द एज फैक्टर. आप देखो यार, इन दैट गेम प्ले, you don't need the legs to kind of do that entire 90 minutes. You need to have that presence of mind and that reading of gameplay जो डी मरिया के पास है. Again, one of those guys मेरे लिए, he was kind of ज्यादा criticized in at Manchester United than what he deserved. I really felt that. I know he was homesick and whatnot of the field. There were issues. लेकिन I think on the pitch he wasn't too bad for Manchester United. मुझे आज भी याद है लास्ट मिनट में एक पेनल्टी जीता था against Chelsea. I just remember that. How far do you think England will go in the World Cup? Fateh, your call.
I think they'll do. I think they'll do well. Because I
Very
think,
nice one.
look,
And Lotaro, no. He tried his best. लेकिन
that is what you get
first
with
time.
Lautaro. Sometimes he'll connect those and score, and then sometimes it's
Uh,
just
See,
absolute
that I
luck.
like about I like that about him. Like वही है, Werner on the other hand, भाई वो नहीं लेने वाला वो shot, वो try भी नहीं करने वाला. वही
Oh my
difference
God.
है.
Okay. Yeah. So I think England. Why not? I mean, they are one of the favorites. What do you think, Ankit? Like, is it coming home?
मैंने किया early predictions. Again, we'll get back to predictions later in the summer, depending on the form in the Nations League और देख के क्या latest tactics है. भाई,
Oh,
what a shot, man! Di Maria again. What a shot, man! Di Maria, man. यार, you heard it here. You heard it here, people. Trust me, this guy is going to stay in Argentina team for some time. Di Maria has a technique. देखो भाई, वो टेक्निक देखो, दैट इज सो डिफिकल्ट. लेकिन हाँ, आई थिंक इंग्लैंड हैव अ गुड शॉट. प्रॉब्लम इज, हमने जो अर्ली प्रेडिक्शन की थी ना फतेह, उसके
yeah,
अनुसार आई थिंक इंग्लैंड माइट मीट फ्रांस एट वन पॉइंट.
yeah, yeah.
तो इसीलिए मैंने प्रेडिक्ट किया था यार, इंग्लैंड माइट गो आउट बिकॉज फ्रांस और पोर्चुगल ऑन पेपर आर्गुबली हैव द बेटर स्क्वाड्स देन मोस्ट ऑफ
Better
द
score.
अदर कंट्रीज.
Yeah,
आई नो इंग्लैंड आल्सो हैव, लेकिन ओवरऑल में ग्रो. बाय द पेसिना इज आउट और
Spinazzola.
स्पिनोज़ोला इज इन. अरे भाई साहब, ये क्या हुआ वापस से? दे आर प्रॉब्ली ट्राइंग द विंग प्ले.
Yeah,
इंटरेस्टिंग
I
है
mean, I
भाई.
think again, all year out. So I don't think we should expect too much from Spinazzola. But it was a
But
good. It was a good.
tactically, I don't agree with. I think thoda, I know people will say that he's trying to go three at the back with maybe wing play with two proper Lazari and Spinazzola being wing backs. I don't feel that they needed that. They needed more width up front. Maybe they don't have
Absolutely.
options.
But what they don't have options up front.
वही है ऑप्शन, वही है. Chiesa is out for long. But हाँ,
Yeah.
what about Oscar? भाई नहीं आने वाला. अभिषेक मैं इसके लिए मना कर रहा था भाई. बढ़िया था ऑस्कर का करियर. In a strange way, one of the reasons why De Bruyne is not in Chelsea now. No, we cannot blame Oscar उसके लिए. I can just say that's also a fact. Was the difference between Daniel Levy and the Glazers, Kroenkes and FSG? See, Daniel Levy is a stingy guy. Simply put, ठीक है, वो तो
I
एक
was
stingy guy है.
reading that debt. Ankit, Spurs have a lot of debt.
अरे मेसी विलन है और गोल होने वाला है. अरे did they miss it?
Missed it.
Lo Celso, man, I can't believe it. कैसे मिस किया वो? Man, Emerson lost the ball यहाँ पर. Talking big about Emerson, I spoke too early. लेकिन Messi with a nice, as in he was alert. लेकिन nice cross. लेकिन नहीं, Lo Celso was a fraction too late, or side netting. नहीं यार, लेकिन हाँ. So Glazers, would you say that they are not bothered? Would it be fair to say
No,
that?
I think see, American owners are bothered, but then they also are not. They're not Roman. They're not going to be Russians where they're going to care so much for the club that they're going to love it and they're going to be like, okay, let's go out, break the bank, and get somebody for 115 million. I don't think the Glazers have done. I mean, they've not done badly. They've brought in Pogba. I think EPL revenues are big enough. Like players will still keep coming up, and yeah, but I mean, I think they care, but they don't care to that degree. As long as no, I don't think so. Not the end of Mancini at all. No, no, no. I mean, technically, he should have gone on a high. He should have just, his contract is till 2028. The idea is to, because they already know, Italy already knows that, there's a lot of problems. So the idea is to trust him and bring in youth. So that is why you see Raspadori and Skamaka.
You see, this is an example. The guy was dreaming. Messi literally took the ball of him. Yeah, come on, Messi should play him. Yeah, क्या कर रहा है Messi? Messi is trying to, अरे भाई, that was selfish play by Messi. I have to say, थोड़ा सा as much as I loved Messi's play, वहाँ पर clearly I think the left winger from Lo Celso था, maybe Lo Celso का miss के कारण नहीं क्या, Jorginho भाई. Jorginho. लेकिन यहाँ पर Messi should have played in Lo Celso from what I can see. Nice save, लेकिन again. Thank you, AD. Nice always to see you as well. लेकिन यहाँ पर मेरा दूसरा मैच बंद हो गया for whatever reason. फोन में बार-बार अटकते हुए, लेकिन हाँ.
Still 2-0, 70 minutes.
Yeah, वो तो यार मैं almost एक बार बंद ही कर दिया हूँ game. For the time being, people will let me know अगर कुछ होता है तो. लेकिन हाँ, it'll be interesting कि यार what will Italy do? मतलब what any major changes? मतलब would you say Italy should change the formation because a lot of Italian teams play three at the back? मतलब would you say that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is a formation that Bonucci does well in. So I think Bonucci and Bastoni, and then who plays in the right? They are talking about, by the way, Ankit, they're talking about because Bremer has an Italian mother side or something. So they're trying to naturalize him, and he's a very good defender. Like I was thinking, I think I spoke to you about this, that I thought that Bremer was going to start for Brazil, and Brazil is, one of the teams.
और वो भी link है Chelsea के साथ link है, by the way, strongly.
He has an agreement. We have an agreement with the player. Inter Milan already has an agreement with the player.
I know that.
Yeah, we don't want it because
things can change. Things can change,
absolutely. And you will come up with the money, and Inter obviously doesn't have the money. But yeah, what a player! So if they are planning on having Bremer in the center, defensively again, Italy can be very good if they play the 3-5-2. And I think you've hit the nail on the head. For 4-3-3, we don't have the players anymore. And Bonucci doesn't serve
DMB and Jorginho is not a DM. If that was the thing, why is Chelsea not playing him as a DM? We play him as a number 6 proper, the double pivot में ही. How far, यार? By the way, यार, this is interesting. AD is in the house, so I'll just remind you guys. हमने preview में भी बात की थी कि स्कॉटलैंड, यूक्रेन और वेल्स में एक टीम जाएगी इंग्लैंड के ग्रुप में in the World Cup. So England, Iran, and USA will be along with either of Scotland, Wales, or Ukraine. So it'll be interesting if Wales go there, for example, England and Wales being the same. It'll be very interesting. At the same time, again, Ukraine with USA, the political element, there'll be a lot of interest there for people out there, even non-footballing watchers. Exactly. But USA, I have been underwhelmed. Such में बोलूँ तो. Canada, on the other hand, I can still say USA, I don't see them going too far. Maybe Iran is in the same group. I'm maybe biased towards an Asian country, both to subconsciously, but I feel USA will probably in that group not do too well. That's my call.
No, I think USA has a very good generation coming up for the 2026 World Cup. They are hosting it. I think they're
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to
they
do
do,
a
they
very
do. Lekin, do they have that experience of basically the the times that they had? I know, like they had who was that guy? Yeah, Bradley who played for Toronto FC. He was
Bradley.
their main midfield man for quite a few years. But
Yeah.
right now they just look up to, I think, Christian Pulisic the way they do. McKennie when he's there, जो injured है अभी.
Yeah.
So there are very few players whom they really look up to. Aaron Johansson, I know that he's signed. किसने sign किया यार? He signed for a club recently. लेकिन is he that guy? Is he that guy who's going to be giving you those all those goals? I'm not too sure about that. So that's why मैं जा रहा हूँ कि USA maybe falling short because Pulisic has lost that confidence, bro. I know with the US is different, but still, what do you think? Like okay, what do you think about this? Oh, bhai sahab, what was that shot? Argentina have got a lot of shots in, huh? They
Argentina
got a
could have
lot.
been 5-0 up, and it's still not 70 minutes.
Oh, nice play, man. What a 1-2. What a
Italy
1-2,
are so
man.
disjointed, Ankit. Like you can see Bonucci and
Yeah.
Jorginho are blaming each other. That's a very scary prospect that Italy having those dressing room issues.
हम्म, ये देखो यार मतलब एक चीज मैं बताऊं मतलब मैं आई नोटिस्ड दैट probably I don't know maybe because of Messi craze लेकिन the fact that Finalissima is getting far too much kind of importance than the World Cup qualifier थोड़ा बहुत मुझे भी सरप्राइज हुआ है to be very honest about it लेकिन again maybe it's Argentina and Messi is what I'm guessing and the fact that Italy are not in World Cup तो लोग देखना चाह रहे हैं उसको ज्यादा is what I'm और
But
technically on
Italy are
paper
showing why they're not in the World Cup. Okay, I understand there's certain players missing, but today, they're showing and Ankit, with what money are Barca in advanced talks? Like,
25 million बात हो रही थी
क्या?
25 to 30 million
For whom?
Koulibaly.
Kalidou Koulibaly.
Yeah. So he is ending his contract soon, na? Let me tell you. Let me give you the stats there. I think 35 million max is what we're talking, and it's a good deal for both the sides. I feel. Rather, I would say Chelsea should go for him if you're not able to get a Pau Torres
Absolutely.
or a Guardiola. So, लेकिन वही है problem है ना Koulibaly is right-footed if I remember right. We probably need a left-footed guy if Tuchel plays three in the back. That's the only thing that I don't want another Gary Cahill thing जहाँ पर there are still mistakes or Zuma kind of thing. तो इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ Kalidou Koulibaly is brilliant, a leader possibly लेकिन at the age of 30, which is probably ideal. I would rather have someone who commands the centre half और जो left centre back भी खेल पाए क्योंकि मुझे gut feel वही लग रही है Tuchel शुरू तो ऐसे ही करेगा. He'll start with three at the back. And then maybe overall he'll kind of change लेकिन मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना उसका contract expires into 2023 तो एक साल बाकी है and that's the reason on paper 45 million euros by the way I was telling pounds
Pounds. Yeah, that is what I'm saying. That they'll not. What's going on here?
अरे it's going to become a dirty match man
Yeah.
अरे अभी Donnarumma coming into picture why क्या हुआ ऐसा they are being dismantled Italy being humbled and fans loving it अरे यहाँ पर Messi has been targeted is it अरे bad one that's a bad one man I have to say Di Lorenzo था
Yeah. He got the ball, Ankit.
What about a young Mancini? Too many mistakes क्या for Italian team?
Do you see likes of Mancini, Enrique, Deschamps managing? No, is that the question? No, Mancini too many mistakes.
मेरा तो अलग question था, ये
Hands
वाला
are tied. The World Cup qualification. I keep saying, Jorginho missed penalties in both the games against the Swiss. So that
very
is
crucial.
And those were very crucial. I mean, we were the better team against the Swiss. So I mean, again, Mancini, he should have seen what happened at the Euros, and he should have given it to Immobile, who's got a very good track record at Lazio of scoring those goals.
हाँ मैं तो बोलता हूँ यार वो भी penalty merchant है.
Yeah,
that's what I feel of Immobile.
Absolutely. I think he is not somebody who's going to play at a very big club. He's happy at that club. The atmosphere suits him, but his penalties are good. So
Hmm.
and again, Lukaku's penalties were so good in 2 years. Ankit, Lukaku never missed a
Yeah,
penalty at Inter. So when I
I
see
remember
at
that.
Chelsea again, Jorginho missing penalties or taking penalties, it's really surprising.
नहीं
Like
नहीं,
why?
Lukaku should take यार, Lukaku should take.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Kai
and
Havertz also is
strikers.
very very good. Kai Havertz भी बहुत अच्छा है.
Absolutely, strikers should be taking penalties if because it builds up that confidence. It builds it's good for the team overall. So I'm very surprised. So I think that's where Mancini went wrong. I mean, he was too nice, and when you won the Euros, maybe it happened so quickly after the Euros that he was being nice. Otherwise, generally it's the free kick. So yeah, I mean, I think Mancini's job is safe, but of course he can't win any other tournament. Having said all of that, do not be surprised if in this decade Italy is in another final. It could be a Euro final, it could be a World Cup final. It might not end in a victory, but as long as Italy is there, trust me, when you least expect it, Italy will be in the final.
Interesting. मतलब you heard it there. मतलब Italian fan आ गया. I finally heard of Fateh, but absolutely man, I agree with that. Like they have that knack.
Yeah, yeah.
भाई यहाँ पर मैं देख रहा हूँ भाई. I'll just give a quick shout out यार. For people watching यार, I know आज काफी जगह live चल रहा है and I totally respect that. At the same time, I have to really thank the people जो देख रहे हैं. लेकिन अगर आप लोग share कर सको ना जो भी देख रहा है, if you can just retweet यार, it's just a retweet and don't retweet the one where जहाँ पर
I
it's
think
directly
Scotland have a
demonstrated.
goal. It's given.
Oh भाई
Scotland have a
साहब.
goal. I thought it was cleared off the line, man.
मैंने तो बंद भी कर दिया था almost. Yes, Scotland have a goal, 79 minute. Oh my God, this is interesting.
Oh
Where it's
my
going यार वहाँ पर any twist? I don't know if you're there, Fahim. What do you think about the game now? अभी भी है 11 minute. They can certainly do something out of it. Let's see. But again, yeah, people, if you can just retweet my tweet where I've actually retweeted and I've included the link of the YouTube. That is more important. तो अगर आप वो retweet कर सको तो great है. Also, if you can go and like on social media on Instagram on Almighty Blues FC so that it just goes to more people. And of course, first and foremost, like the stream और subscribe करिए अगर नहीं किया है. Let me actually open that game. मैं तो literally बंद कर दिया था for 5 minutes because I thought 75 minutes में बंद हो गया. I don't see a reason, but that's why we love football. Absolutely. Uh, Italy being humbled. Okay, Argentina all the way. Matata United. As good as Romero is for mine, liking he is too rash. I don't know, man. Tottenham के लिए, I think he's probably much more calm than a Sanchez, than a Eric Dier. Eric Dier, he's much more calm than them at least. इतना तो मैं बोल सकता हूँ.
I think
Just
Romero
over the
is
line, Fateh. Just over the line. I just saw
just over the
the
line. Yeah,
Hmm.
just over
But
the
I
line.
think keeper was at fault. Would it be fair to say?
What do you mean?
Keeper was at fault. I think his clearance
Keeper
wasn't
was
too
at
good.
fault.
And it
Yeah,
was,
absolutely. And Scotland are now
uh,
piling the pressure.
yeah, McGregor scoring by the way, people. McGregor ने किया goal. देखते हैं. Is go to Chelsea any chance or he's finished now?
I think Isco will not do it in the EPL. The hustle and
Yeah.
bustle of the EPL will
Oh, hey, look
not
at
suit
that,
him.
man. Di Maria showboating.
Almost 3-1. Oh my God, Ukraine missed. He was all alone.
Was he? Okay, mine is lagging. 15 सेकंड पीछे हूँ मैं. शायद 20 सेकंड पीछे हूँ. लेकिन यार
Here's your man,
और बास्तोनी
Bastoni.
आ रहा है भाई. बास्तोनी आ रहा है.
Too little, too
लेकिन
late.
Di Maria was doing proper showboating. I think वही है थोड़ा सा Di Maria का ना people get pissed off. Emerson going off and Bastoni coming in. So Bastoni left back क्या? नहीं Spinazzola already है right? I forgot.
Yeah, yeah.
इसको नहीं यार नहीं आने वाला. Abhishek simply put. We don't want finished players and let's be honest, he's good but not so good what he was. Views on Germany under Hansi Flick. I'll put a controversial statement. Like मेरे लिए तो यार Hansi Flick is probably not doing justice to what talent he has. मतलब again nothing against national teams. मेरे ख्याल से week in week out वाला चीज होना चाहिए. Nico Pereira by the way gets a yellow card. What do you think, yaar? Hansi Flick probably can get more talent at his disposal if he goes for a club, right? Big club.
I think so. I think I don't know. I mean, do the Germans need a proper striker? Do you think Werner? I mean, at the Euros I was very disappointed. I felt like he just didn't lead the line. Muller is old, so that's what I'm wondering. Like, if do they need a striker, that proper German sort of?
हाँ यार गोल आने वाला है. अरे भाई साहब, ऑफ
Offside.
साइड ऑफ साइड। मैसेज है इटली का। लेकिन हाँ, ग्रेट पॉइंट है, स्ट्राइकर्स एब्सोल्युटली मैन। मैं बोलूंगा यार, सी मुलर रियली शुड बी टर्न इनटू अ स्ट्राइकर, आई थिंक बोथ फॉर क्लब एंड कंट्री, आई रियली फील दैट।
Yeah, yeah, yeah. With
ठीक है,
age,
और हैवर्ट्स को गलत तरह से यूज करते हैं लोग इन
hmm,
जर्मनी। हैवर्ट्स इज नॉट योर राइट विंगर, they need to use him as, like, I know Sane is there on the other flank and they kind of switch. I really feel that Havertz is basically your second striker. So use Havertz, do not play Werner, मैं तो बोलता हूँ directly, ठीक है? You have Gnabry and you have Leroy Sane.
hmm.
That actually should how it should be. But if they are able to play with 4-2-4, I know it's really kind of बहुत ही offensive हो गया वो, लेकिन
Offensive, yeah.
उनके पास है भाई गोरेट्स्का और किमिक है मिडफील्ड में।
Kimmich, yeah.
आई नो मैंने गुंडोगन का नाम नहीं लिया, लेकिन गुंडोगन डिफेंसिवली आई विल नॉट पुट इन द ब्रैकेट ऑफ अ गोरेट्स्का एंड अ किमिक। सो गोरेट्स्का किमिक है, व्हाई डोंट दे प्ले विद दिस? आई डोंट नो, व्हाट डू यू पीपल थिंक इन द चैट, आप बोलिए यार। अमेजिंग नहीं है भाई ये, थोड़ा सा मैं डिफर करना चाहूंगा बात में। ही इज गुड, ही ओके, ही इज
Yeah,
प्रॉब्ली
I
व्हाट
mean,
ही
I
प्रॉब्ली
think
शुड बी।
that step up, that you need in your striker. But then, have the Germans even had a striker like that since Klose? I don't know.
They don't, and Werner also, yeah, he creates a lot of opportunities, goals, and assists. Lekin I don't think, yeah, he's someone who takes the game by the scruff of the neck. You have to be that if you're a striker in Germany. That is what German football would expect you. So I would say Muller को खिलाओ वहाँ पर और play Havertz and then have Sane and Gnabry. I think probably that would be better off. They need a focal point, and that's why I'm
They
saying that
need a
Werner is not your focal
Yeah,
point.
exactly what I was thinking. That that is a big problem for the Germans. But having said all of that, I still think they'll be probably in the quarters or the semis at least.
नहीं, they are a good side, don't get me wrong. They'll probably go far, but देखते हैं, मतलब again I will be surprised अगर सेमी तक जाओ, सच में बोले तो। यार अमर यार, बिग अप यार, again आप परेशान
Because
मत होइए, but
yeah,
these are
yeah.
part and parcel of how things go.
When I was in class 10th, everybody used to be like, it's so important. When I was in class 12th, everybody was like, so important. Oh, it's so important. Engineering or whatever, like all that AI triple so important. By now, when you're 30, it's really not all that important. I mean,
अरे मैं सोचता था ना, सच में बोलूं, मैं एकदम सच में, इवन लाइक फतेह ने बोला ना, तो इन माय स्कूल आई यूज्ड टू कंसंट्रेट, फोकस सो मच। इतना टाइम यार गोल होने वाला है भाई यहाँ पर मेसी का, कम ऑन, ये तो होगा। अरे नहीं हुआ भाई। नहीं हुआ, दे शुड हैव बीन अ गोल, लाइक यू आर राइट, अर्जेंटीना शुड हैव स्कोर्ड एटलीस्ट 4 और 5। लेकिन वही है, इतना टाइम देता था ना मैं। अभी यार बोलता हूँ कि आई प्रोबेबली शुड हैव गिवन मोर टाइम टू माय स्पोर्ट्स, मे बी आई वुड
yeah,
हैव बीन,
exactly what I think. Exactly what I think. That like the passion that we have for sports. Like I wish at that age we had realized, like if that is where we want to be. And oh man, like I wish.
बिल्कुल
I'm
वही है
not,
मतलब।
when I have children, Ankit, I am not going to tell them to study. I'm just going to tell them find even an obscure sport, shooting, fencing, whatever, and just do that.
और वही अपना लक भी ऐसा है ना, उसके बाद यार एज एन योर किड विल बी लाइक स्पोर्ट पसंद नहीं है। आई एम नॉट जिंक्सिंग इट बट जस्ट सेइंग इट,
Oh my
काइंड ऑफ
God, don't
किड्स।
say that, man.
नहीं अदवे, so what they do is, correct me if I'm wrong again, they don't play with all the three ना, मुलर, वर्नर और काई के साथ थोड़ी खेलते हैं, मतलब they play with either of them. तो that is what मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि they should probably go a little bit more aggressive or have a focal point and then have these three players playing behind them, or Werner is your super sub. I don't mind. I would rather see that. I expect that team to do better slightly. Like basically between Havertz and Werner is what they need to rotate. Absolutely be strong. Amar, Miroslav Klose is best you would get. Sad they can't produce even one top striker.
Yeah.
अरे यहाँ पर वापस से एक चांस, बढ़िया, डोनारुमा बीट हो जाएगा इस बार लग रहा है। नहीं यार, मेसी ना बहुत मतलब मे बी एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग और व्हाट, बट आई फील हिज एंगल आर काइंड ऑफ वियर्ड, नहीं मतलब थोड़ा सा, मे बी वो ही इज मेसी, दैट्स व्हाई ओनली ही कैन सी दैट विजन, मतलब
he can see that vision. He's just trying to. But this is like it's so disjointed for Italy. I think Mancini needs to sort of like it's a big wake up call for him. I mean, I don't know how many more wake up calls he needs, but
लोसेल्सो आज बिरयानी में इलायची वाली काम कर रहा है, सारा मजा खराब कर रहा है यार। भाई यार इतना खराब नहीं हुआ, एक चांस मिस किया, आई नो, लेकिन आपको याद है तो Lo Celso was through and मेसी ने उसको बॉल नहीं दिया था, तो I would not say that यार, at the end of the day यार आप 2-0 जीत रहे हो ज्यादा ज्यादा भी मत kind of expect करिए, but हाँ Lo Celso can be better at his finishing absolutely. यार ये क्वेश्चन पहले भी आया है, do you know this guy?
Konchelskis.
He's a
A guy
manager who
who
was a
played for
United
Manchester.
player, क्या?
Yeah, former Manchester United player. Then I think he went to Rangers, and he did very well at Rangers. What a fantastic winger! I don't know how why his Manu stint was not successful, but Kanchelskis was one of those big names in Rangers. Like every time Rangers was in the Champions League, this was the winger who was always doing something special. Very special
Yeah.
player.
यार ये प्रथम आप ये बार बार क्वेश्चन पूछते हो, आप बोलिए क्या है, मतलब यू जस्ट आस्क द क्वेश्चन एंड दैट्स इट, बैंग, मतलब व्हाट अबाउट हिम, प्लीज यू आल्सो शेयर, आपने आपके व्यूज भी शेयर करिए एंड देन वी विल गेट टू नो. आई एम गेसिंग प्रथम आप यूनाइटेड फैन हो, प्लीज कंफर्म इट, लेकिन आई विल बी इंटरेस्टिंग टू नो योर थॉट्स. पुअर फॉर इटली आफ्टर यूरोज विन, यार इट कुडंट हैव बीन वर्स, मतलब it's almost embarrassing, man. I don't want to say it, लेकिन even Italy, the way that they didn't qualify for the previous World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Matlab, that was as bad as this, like, and now us par, again, and then today's performance. Why Argentina don't give chance to
it was unheard of to have a World Cup without Italy, and we thought, it's happened once. And then, Buffon left. There was talk about Chiellini leaving and, all other veterans leaving. They didn't. Amazing. Euros was fantastic. Hats down to them. But yeah, I mean, 2 World Cups, and you can see the future now without Chiellini and Bonucci, and I mean, what's going to happen? Like, do you see any leadership on the pitch right now? Ankit, that's the big problem. Like when we talk about Barella, Bastoni, they're too young, 22, 23. You can't expect that. They're not really that leadership material.
Martinez is being subbed off, by the way. Let's see who comes on. Or your question, I'll just come to that question. I was going to say I'll come to the question Dybala. I'm going to be coming to the question Fateh, but Dybala ka point tha about why isn't given a chance. Like the fact is, I don't think they're very similar, but I think they're in maybe a not very too dissimilar category when you're talking about Messi, Di Maria, or Dybala.
Yeah.
So you cannot have all three on the pitch. That's a simple answer. Okay, so Romero was off, by the way. And what is Argentina? They're also going attacking, yeah? Interesting. Yeah. So Fateh, you were asking something. Sorry, you were asking about, I think, leadership in Italian side, no? I think आप पूछ रहे थे ना about. No problem. Fateh is going to come back. People, I'll take some comments. यहाँ पर Chiesa has carried Italian attack through Euros. His absence has hurt them big time. Yes, Amar, 100% भाई. मतलब Chiesa has been a huge loss for Juventus, for Italian national team, and for the transfer market. मैं तो बोलता हूँ अगर Chiesa रहते तो बहुत ही बढ़िया रहता. और भैया भाई कोई पता नहीं कोई देख नहीं रहा है तो let's see man. अगर हम hopefully we are able to get through to the match. दूसरा match I hope दूसरा goal नहीं हो यार. Because I really do. I'm not in a position to go beyond. I think there are last 5 minutes left.
4 minutes. They have 1 minute of the extra time has already been played. They have 3 minutes left.
3 minutes left. Chalo. 3 minutes left, and of course Scotland is chasing Ukraine, chasing history. Yes, the story of that agent of tried to bribe. Okay, that is why he's known, is it? Maybe.
No, but this was a very good player. Like on his day, I still remember there were campaigns in the Champions League and in the Scottish League where everything about Rangers attack was Kanchelskis.
I don't know यार, मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है प्लेयर. मतलब again I remember the late 90s for Champions League finals, but again for some reason
early 2000s, I think he was there.
Maybe I might not have watched those Rangers ke matches. I guess I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But pretty much sure that as in Rangers, for me, like Rangers and Celtic in Europe, they were really always good to watch. Celtic ka yaad hai Henrik Larsson,
my God, and I remember that injury that he had, and then he came back for Celtic. Fantastic. I mean,
was he at Man United for 2 months or something? I think.
Yeah, I think in 20. Late on in his career, 2009-10 maybe.
Yeah, I think at Barca he was there for a pretty long time. लेकिन at
Barca, he
Celtic
won the
obviously
2006 Champions League also. He turned that game around when he came on.
correct हाँ उसने किया
You know?
था absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And
हम्म. यार what do you think Fateh, like was there a
I think,
case यार इतने गर्मी में they should have tried in those AC stadiums right now, or it would have been too much for the players this match?
I, but even if when we talk about AC stadiums, what about the humidity or whatnot? I mean, we don't know how it's going to be. Nobody's played in an AC stadium before this, so
नहीं मतलब
absolutely the
रात
heat.
को रात को तो यार मतलब टेक्निकली ना मतलब मैं तो इतना ही सीखा हूँ फिजिक्स और साइंस में जनरली कि रात को डेजर्ट एरिया इज कोल्डर. तो मेरा वही है, रात को मैचेस एनीवे होते हैं भाई, तो मैं रात को कराओ, लेट रात को कराओ और शाम तक आएंगे लोग स्टेडियम में. इट विल नॉट बी वेरी बैड अगेन. मतलब आई एम टेकिंग थिंग फ्रॉम मे बी यूएई में होता है ना, अपने यूएई में काफी मैचेस होते हैं T10 एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स
Yeah.
ड्यूरिंग समर. तो व्हाई नॉट मैन, मतलब आई थिंक मेरा तो पर्सनल ओपिनियन है वेम्बली में it's basically as an easier, it's kind of in a strange way it was also advantageous to Italy. They should have rather played in Qatar, I felt. But anyway, maybe Qatar wasn't ready. Maybe that also.
Qatar wasn't ready, but yeah, I think European teams will struggle. Ankit, I think this is something that is very important. I mean, we keep saying, oh, England, oh, Germany, or these nations, they might struggle. Countries like Portugal, Spain, they might do better. Brazil, Italy, they might do better. And last time there was a World Cup in Asia, a South American team won it. So I'm hoping that it's the same this time, because it's been 20 years since the South Americans won it.
And by the way, Dybala comes on, people. Dybala is coming on just for the sake of it. As obviously, the time-wasting tactics, 2-0. They are getting a trophy. Again, we're going to start right now. दूसरा मैच हो गया मेरे ख्याल से. Scotland Ukraine का हो गया, right? Last match चल रहा है.
Last seconds. I don't know why the referee is not blowing the whistle. It should be up. 4 minutes are up. He's giving Scotland that one last chance. Here it comes.
See, that is approved, Fahim. If you're in the house, there's no partiality or bias towards Ukraine. Just saying. Sorry, Fahim. I know it's funny for me, but not for you, because 98,
Okay.
if I'm not wrong, they haven't been in the World
Surely Ukraine are going to win this 3-1 now. 3-1.
Is it? Huh? Oh
Yeah.
my God! Yes, 3-1 हो गया. 3-1 हो गया. My God, Ukraine deserve it, man. I think first minute से लग रहा था clearly they are going for it. I think the mindset was an issue with Scotland. Steve Clark, as much as I love the guy, I think it was very negative from him. What do you think?
Very negative from him. Yeah, absolutely. I think, and Scotland had their moment, I think, in the Euros. It's probably not going to happen again. I don't think we're going to see them at a major tournament now sometime.
Interesting. Yeah, Henrik Larsson कब था भाई Man United में? I thought Amar is right. Let's see. Henrik Larsson का spelling क्या होगा?
Larson.
Nice. Correct. Chalo, you're good at spellings, at least, if not maths. Fateh, I'm very bad either way right now. Lekin so he was at Manchester. I think Amar is right. No competition, just saying it. Amar is right. He was at United. I think the point is Amar is making is Henrik Larsson was at United. He was at United from 2007. Yes, he was on loan, I believe, for just a very short period though.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 months or something like that.
Correct.
And Henrik Larsson, I think Celtic. Was he also at Feyenoord?
Henrik Larsson, yes, he was at Feyenoord as well. He was at Feyenoord, he was at Celtic, he was at Manchester United, he was at Barcelona. Helsingborg, of course, was where he was really, as in he kind of ended in Helsingborg, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think, and coached them also. And I think his son also plays football. I don't know. I think so.
Yeah, I think he had about 3 stints or something in Helsingborg. वो आया भी था शुरू में वहीं से, जहाँ तक मुझे याद है. लेकिन हाँ, मतलब just talking about some grades there. Fateh, wouldn't Maguire be fit for Inter? Brilliant centre back. Good shout. No.
See,
really.
Here is the deal. I know that everybody hates Maguire and whatnot. For England, in the 3-man centre back, that formation, I think he's done well. I will not say he's world class or that 80 million tag or whatever, but he's done very well for the English in the 3-man backline. So yes, he would do well in Italy in a 3-man back, centre back sort of position. But who is going to pay him the wages? So I don't know what his contract situation is.
He has to come down. Yeah, he has to be honest. I know last season he was like, if he had a statement if I was so bad, why would the managers play me? He actually said that. I mean, different words, don't catch my words, but you know what I mean. भाई कैप्टन आर्मबैंड था एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स क्यों दे रहे हैं
Yeah.
अगर वो लोग सोचते नहीं लाइक भाई मतलब देयर इज अ रीजन आपने हगा था पिच पर वो फैक्ट है
Hmm.
हाँ
Hmm.
बट एट द सेम टाइम आई एग्री वो ज्यादा क्रिटिसिज्म झेलता है देन व्हाट ही डिजर्व्स दैट आल्सो आई 100% एग्री बिकॉज़ सोशल मीडिया बिकॉज़ लॉट ऑफ हेटर्स बिकॉज़ लॉट ऑफ ऑपोजिशन फैंस और बहुत सारे मीम्स जो मजा आता है लोगों को करना दैट इज अ फैक्ट लेकिन reality is that he was one of the main reasons why Man United defense has been so poor.
So bad.
He is at the same time like Fateh ने बोला 3 the back system में suits. Italy में for whatever reason recent years में ज़्यादा Englishmen जा रहे हैं. Smalling was a United player. Why not he can speak to him again? I would say
And
that
again,
if I was
one name that nobody's talking about, Lingard. I think Jesse Lingard would be very good in Serie A. He has that pace, and like if I don't know who's going to go for him, but if Roma or somebody go for him, I think he'll do very well. Jesse Lingard is a player who running into that space, especially. So yeah, Harry Maguire. Look, the way I see it, I think he'll stay at Man U, run down his contract, whatever years he has, because that wage
अरे
must be
मेसी
very
मेसी
good,
अरे
and
मेसी
probably
यार
go back to Leicester City. 3.
गोल हो गया
Is it
man
Dybala? It is
3-0
Dybala.
यस दिबाला मैन रोते रोते हंसना सीख लो यही किया है इसने हंसते हंसते रोना उल्टा हो गया लेकिन हाँ एब्सोल्युटली ब्रिलियंट मैन दिबाला कमिंग ऑन और मैं बोलने वाला था मेसी को थोड़ा सा बेसिकली अर्ली रिलीज करना चाहिए
Yeah.
जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ आई नो अंकित टेलिंग टू मेसी इट डजंट मेक सेंस लेकिन इस पॉइंट पर दिबाला केम ऑन एंड ही स्नैच्ड एट द बॉल ब्रिलियंट शॉट Italy are what a shot in the arm for Argentina and the other way around for Italy. By Italy, where are they going from here? Look at Donnarumma's face and body language.
But Ankit, I tell you, I don't care about Lukaku. I just want Dybala, man. I just want Dybala at Inter. I am, like madly like in love with this player.
अच्छा
This is the best chance that we have of getting him, and he can just do something just like that from out of nowhere. In those close spaces, he can just find that little space. That's what we need right now. We don't need Lukaku. We need Dybala and Lautaro up front.
Yep, absolutely. Perisic is brilliant. But people, who should get the man of the match? Who should get the man of the match? Yes, they win it. It's over. Finalissima, the third time ever that it has been played. Argentina, the defending champions, have won it again. हाँ बोल सकते थे मे बी दे शुड हैव आल्सो वन द कॉन्फिडेंस का अनफेयर ऑन देम लेकिन नहीं लेजेंड डियागो मैराडोना a tribute to him and definitely it goes to Argentina. Commiserations Italy. लेकिन Fateh, as in what do you think was the main aspect, like maybe that first pass of Messi to Lautaro?
Definitely, that first pass
That
of
was the
Messi.
main point.
I mean, he was head and shoulders above whatever Italy could do to stop him. Again, I think Italy played into his hands. There was no special treatment to Lionel Messi. So Mancini should have done that. Again, a more attack-minded coach, Mancini, he should not be doing that. Go back to the basics. The basics of Italian football is always a good defense. That's how you win. So, whatever he's trying with the 4-3-3 right now, I think, like you said, go back to the 3-5-2, the 5-3-2, what Conte did when he was at Italy. Get the defense
From
right.
scratch करना है.
Yeah, once you get the defense right, Italy is.
इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ again it might be hard on Italian football fans or the legacy that he's brought. For me, Roberto Mancini also should be questioned. मतलब अभी तक I think maybe even tonight was an ideal as a stage for him to even experiment. I know Chiellini's last game and all those things, but for me, even the second goal, Chiellini and Bonucci, I think were too slow, right? So in a strange way, आप बोल सकते हो कि यार he probably should have been ready for this already, or he should have played 3 at the back to protect maybe Bastoni, and should have played Bastoni, right?
I think so. That makes more sense, because
Again, hindsight is a beautiful thing. Lekin I think
hindsight is a beautiful thing, absolutely. And I think Bastoni is somebody who should have at least had more minutes today. And maybe Chiellini, like you said, yeah, come in. But again, I mean, is it a friendly? Is it an important match? I'm seeing the Argentinians celebrate like it's a big tournament. I don't know. I mean, they are saying, Chiellini's farewell match. So I don't know, man. Like,
and Chiellini did not get a send off. I think that he deserved. I really feel
I
that.
think, yeah, absolutely.
मतलब या तो उसको 40 मिनट में करना था या तो 50 मिनट में करना था सब्स्टिट्यूट वो आई थिंक अगेन रॉबर्टो मांचिनी काइंड ऑफ मिस्ड ट्रिक बट अगेन दैट्स नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट इन द लार्जर स्कीम ऑफ थिंग्स आई नो Lekin I think Chiellini is such a big element for Italy that has been missed. But yeah, look at Argentina, you're right? Argentina is celebrating like मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ भाई मतलब Argentina has taken so much flag over this. You know it, man. As in, come on. Every
Hmm.
Confederations Cup, every Copa America. Like I
Yeah,
remember the year जब Chile जीती थी. I think if I'm not wrong, they won twice.
twice.
ठीक
Yeah,
है?
yeah, yeah. They
Exactly.
beat Argentina 2 years consecutively.
और यूरुग्वाई जब जीती थी जब सुआरेज जिताया था. You know,
Yeah,
those were years when Argentina were favorites on paper.
yeah.
ठीक है. How much flag did Messi and Co take? And again, Scamacca coming on late. I think these are not great signs for Italy. लेकिन I think you have to give to Argentina because yeah, eventually आप जो भी बोलो Finalissima आया है, just one off game. Copa America, well, you just have what 4 strong teams वहाँ पर आप you can argue. But at the same time, the guys have actually won it, and Messi has been effective even in Copa America. अपार्ट फ्रॉम द फाइनल वो इफेक्टिव था ऑलमोस्ट एवरी गेम. ठीक है.
Hmm.
आज भी आप देखो तो डी लोरेंजो यस ही डिडंट डू ग्रेट बट आई थिंक दैट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम मेसी स्टार्टेड ऑफ थिंग्स. तो आप बोलोगे लोटारो एंड मेसी एंड डी मरिया आर रियली फॉर्मिडेबल ट्रायो यार मतलब. एंड दे आर्ग्यूबली शुड हैव हैड 5 मतलब दे हैड इतने सारे चांसेस
They
आज.
had chances.
तो व्हाट आर यू सीइंग नाउ लुकिंग एट दिस परफॉर्मेंस. हम बोल रहे थे यार 31 गेम्स अनबीटन है. ठीक है, maybe they have not played very good sides. हाँ, Italy also technically on form they're not very good side, but you know what I mean, right? In terms of
Yeah, yeah.
it is a larger name. Some players are there, abhi bhi, right? So, would you say after looking at this performance now, maybe we are 5 months away from the World Cup?
Hmm.
क्या बोलोगे?
Yeah.
मतलब where do you put Argentina in world bracket आज?
No, I would say, look, I will say that Argentina are amongst the favorites. Perhaps their squad is not as complete as Portugal or France or, those teams. But then they have the wow factor in Messi, And again, but having said all of this, Ankit, okay, Argentina favorites, Messi, wow factor. Remember the last World Cup? They had all of this. And then when the pressure came, they crumbled. This is an easy match to not be under pressure. Okay, this is okay. Finalissima, they're celebrating. I get it, but under pressure, and trust me, on Argentina, the magnifying glass on Messi and whatever is going to be. So, can they handle that heat? Can they handle that pressure? Do you think Scaloni is that coach who can handle that pressure? Right now, their body language is showing me that yes, they can.
See, I feel मतलब हाँ I मैं आपके साथ होना चाह रहा हूँ. क्यों मैं बोलता हूँ कि थिंग्स हैव चेंज. अभी ना वर्ल्ड फुटबॉल में आप हर एक टीम के पास एक मेगा स्टार है. मतलब अगेन आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू कंपेयरिंग मेसी रोनाल्डो वर्सेस द रेस्ट. लेकिन व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से यहाँ पर बेंजेमा एंड एम्बापे फॉर फ्रांस. ठीक है, they are still having Portugal में you have Ronaldo, you have Rafael Leao who's really come up the ranks like crazy. Jota who's done really well for Liverpool. There are a lot of countries. Again, talk about any other team. Like most of the teams have bolo the top teams. Germany, we already spoke about Kai Havertz. So about Gnabry, right, who's been targeted by a lot of clubs. तो इतना प्रेशर मेरे ख्याल से कंपैरेटिवली नहीं होगा. बट एट द सेम टाइम आप बोलोगे मतलब would you say it's Messi's last World Cup? Fair to say?
Fair to say it's Messi's last World Cup, and I think the reason why their body language has changed is because they won the Copa America, and now maybe they won this tournament, so they feel that that the voodoo is off their backs.
Yeah, I think it's all about that. वही एक कॉन्फ्रेंस पर आ जाता है. और अगेन कमिंग बैक टू स्कलोनी, hats off to the guy. मतलब the guy मतलब मुझे आज तक याद है as a player what he was and as a manager what he is. मतलब did you ever see that Scaloni being a manager? मैंने तो honestly मैंने anticipate नहीं किया था.
See, I have seen Scaloni play at Deportivo La Coruña. He was a very good player. I mean, that super Depor team, 2001, 2000, 2001, 2, 3, 4, till 5, they were very good. He then went to Lazio and he totally disappeared. I remember, and Lazio were really struggling. We never saw Scaloni in Italy. We never really saw the Scaloni that was, touted, because at that stage, he was one of the better right backs in the world. So I never really thought, and I thought this was an interim, temporary job for him as they are looking for a new manager. I mean, when Scaloni took over, I mean, it was not supposed to be permanent.
लेकिन now who can argue, man? मतलब
Yeah, exactly. And today, he's won 2 trophies. Something guys like Peckerman and Bielsa have never done. So I mean, amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. भाई, by the way, यार गनाबरी का देखते क्या होता है. By the way, हम will be back tomorrow. And we are doing a lot of transfer shows and trivia will be back as well, people. So do check out भाई. मतलब आप सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना अगर आप किसी ने नहीं किया, और लाइक करना. Great night. मतलब again, it's been almost 2 hours 20 minutes, so we'll kind of take leave in a minute. लेकिन हाँ, everyone who's there, thanks a lot क्योंकि मुझे मालूम है, कितने सारे जगहों पर मैचेस थे आज, कितने सारे जगहों पर channels live थे just like us. So big up to you. But like I said, do not forget to like, subscribe. Big congratulations मेरे ख्याल से अभी के लिए to Ukraine. मतलब Zinchenko getting that assist of the third, for the third goal is a big deal. I think again going back to that, clearly if I have to say 100%, I would blame Steve Clark. मतलब Steve Clark with the talent he has, स्कॉटलैंड में आज के दिन में, स्कॉटलैंड इज नॉट द स्कॉटलैंड जो हम देखते थे फतेह, दे हैव चेंज्ड,
Okay.
दे हैव अ लॉट ऑफ टैलेंटेड प्लेयर्स. मैकिन, आप लोग बोलोगे ही इज अ गाय हु हैज अ लॉट ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ, लेकिन द गाय कैन एक्चुअली प्ले फुटबॉल. गिलमोर इज देयर, यू हैव शे एडम्स, मतलब यू हैव रॉबर्टसन विद दिस टैलेंट. I don't think that mindset of what they went into the game was right. Whereas at home, movie, अच्छा,
At
Ukraine
home, yeah.
actually went for it. So I think big up to Ukraine, especially not having played so much football. And Yarmolenko for Ukraine always turns up. The first goal, very important goal. Malinovsky being a good creator, लेकिन at the end of the day, I think Zinchenko and his vibes were very clear. He plays in the midfield. लेकिन you can look at Argentina. By the way, congratulations again to them. You are right, Fateh. मतलब वो लोग जैसे celebrate कर रहे हैं, I think it's fair to say they are counting it as a Confederations Cup itself.
Yeah, I'm very amazed at this. Like, what is going on? Like, I didn't know there was a tournament like this. So they are
नहीं
celebrating
नहीं,
like
तो
this.
अच्छा, थिंक ऑफ इट लाइक दैट फतेह. ये बेसिकली अगर इसमें अगर से कॉन्काकैफ से यू वुड हैव हैड मे बी यूएसए और मेक्सिको, यू वुड हैव हैड अफ्रीका से ऑब्वियसली सेनेगल,
Senegal,
ठीक है, और मे बी एशिया से यू वुड हैव
Qatar.
हैड एग्जैक्टली. तो यू हैड 5-6 कंट्रीज compete के वर्सेस
Yeah,
जो हो रहा है वहां
yeah.
पर भी ऑन पेपर तो यू वुड स्टिल से ना इटली अर्जेंटीना ही रह जाते फाइनल.
No, man, you
Arguably
would have
Senegal.
had the World Cup winners, France.
Yeah, that's the biggest part. That's the biggest part which I missed. Absolutely.
And Confederations Cup means the champion is there. And I
You're right.
don't
Yeah, I
think
missed
the
that.
Argentinians or the Italians would have been matching up to the French. You know.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Well, again, arguably Argentina may have, but Italy definitely not. Going by
Italy,
the
no,
form.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, yes. Again, well, once Latin takes 2 days holidays, now it's called weekend. I guess the rough work wasn't enough for Scotland. अरे भाई. Good fun, man. Good fun. Again, यार ट्रॉफी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो रही है, but I think मजा आया. I don't know.
Maza aaya.
अरे no, nothing like that. I said like Senegal may just get there. As in Senegal को थोड़ा चांस दिया होगा. Don't worry about it. और मेरे early predictions भी आप देखिए. I have had Senegal as possible surprise, in the World Cup.
That's
Absolutely. No problem. चलो यार, मतलब again congratulations. Messi winning his 40th trophy, big deal यार. Only 2 players in the history of football have won 40 trophies or more. Messi and Dani Alves. Think about it. मतलब that is something. And again, I don't think even like being 3 short of Dani Alves will be something. Already, I think Messi is a goat along with a lot of others that I feel again. Argentina ki Diego Maradona is right up there. So yes, rest in peace Maradona. Pretty sure he'll be happy today. लेकिन Argentina with France would have been some game. हाँ, वहाँ पर थोड़ा debatable होता because Argentina have a great structure. And we saw France against Switzerland in the Euros, a team which has a great structure. They struggled. So it would have been a good one. But yes, certainly, yeah, good night. Chalo. Fateh, any last words?
Always a pleasure being with you. I'm looking forward to let's create more finalissimos. I say, so that we can have more watch-alongs like this. But yeah, I think Argentina deserved it. Ukraine also deserved it. And let's hope that Ukraine play the World Cup. Let's hope that they beat Wales, and they're going to go into that group: USA, Iran, England. Is it?
Yeah. So it be Ukraine versus Wales होगा Sunday को, and the
Yeah.
winner, that's the playoff final basically, or Fateh of the UEFA qualifications. Or the winner goes to basically as in the final. By the way, यार कल stream definitely होगा भाई. मतलब I will try and do a watch along again. मतलब depends on the timing. मैं सब publish करूँगा. So give me a follow on all social media or look at my community page. Trust me, by midday or by early evening मैंने publish करना है. Certainly होगा, या तो एक trivia show होगा या तो watch along होगा, ideally both. So we'll certainly do that, or maybe a transfer show because lot of rumors and lot of news coming on about Chelsea and other clubs as well. So we'll cover a lot of that. But yes, मैं देख रहा हूँ कुछ लोग और अभी जुड़ गए. जो भी जुड़ा है भाई, आप लोग अपना मैन ऑफ द मैच बता दीजिए. बाकी लोग भी, आई थिंक, आई एम नॉट श्योर आपने बताया आपके लिए क्या था, मतलब इन बोथ द गेम्स, एज इन हु वाज योर मैन ऑफ द मैच, Fateh?
Messi definitely here. I think he ran
Messi
it.
takes it.
He
Fair enough.
totally he ran rings around that Italian team. That midfield and that defense. It was made to look childish. So, and I think we didn't really watch the other match, but Yarmolenko scored the first goal, I think.
Yeah, Yarmolenko, and I think Yarmolenko was the difference maker, big time. And I think midfield में उनका जो Zinchenko provided an extra man in midfield, in attacking midfield, in the sense that helped. मैं यहाँ पर quickly share भी करना चाहूँगा for people who might have missed the whole match. तो ये रहा इटली अर्जेंटीना का परफॉर्मेंस, राइट? तो आप देखिए, क्लियरली मेसी इज द स्टैंड आउट प्लेयर एज पर दिस, बट डी मरिया बिग शाउट आउट मैं दूंगा. ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, like I said earlier, Di Maria, people are too soon to call him off. Like, the guy is actually immense for Argentina, immense. Okay, and I think he was a huge difference maker. Jorginho, sorry man, आपका भी मतलब मेजर गलती थी. I think probably should have deserved to get in more goals. But Dybala coming off and scoring certainly helped as well in terms of the confidence of Dybala as an individual. Talking about the other game as well, let me quickly share before people go. तो ये रहा, this was the Scotland Ukraine game जो हमने भी कवर किया था, especially the first half well, because तब तक game on था. Zinchenko, like I said, the star man. I think he's the guy. But Yaremchuk, the number 9, getting a goal again. Ukraine has not been scoring a lot of goals. If you remember, Shevchenko के अंडर यूरोज में यही थोड़ी सी निंदा होती थी in terms of their goal scoring. But I think Yaremchuk coming to form right now is good because he'll be crucial on Sunday. And Yarmolenko, Zinchenko, they're 3 key players, and Malinowski always pitches in. If Malinowski doesn't have like some kind of a fight with the management again, I think, needless to say, he is their main creator on Sunday. So Sunday को यार कौन जीतना है, Wales या Ukraine for you?
I am on team Ukraine right now. I think I want them there. I know Bale missing out on the World Cup will be a big thing. Who's hosting it? Where is it? Again, is it in Wales? Obviously, it can't be in Ukraine. At least have a neutral venue. Come on. I mean, this is just...
Let me check it once more. But anyway, people, if you are aware, by the way, we'll be covering that game as well, people, definitely. मैं यहाँ पर Wales में है, लगता है Wales में.
Cardiff Stadium. So I mean, Millennium Stadium. I'm really disappointed. This concept has to go away. That home and away has to come back.
No, but so, okay, yeah, both the teams are in playoff finals, so fair enough. You have a point certainly.
Yeah.
लेकिन again यार मजा आया, और कल hopefully we'll do another watch along. Nations League तो अभी काफी matches है. Let's see. But we'll cover a lot of content and transfer news, so we'll be back as well. Thank you for that. Good night and everyone.
Okay.
Like, share, subscribe, भाई सब लोग यार 100 likes तो कर दो. Come on, let's get there and let us reach 3K as well very soon. Take care. Thank you.